would believe that if Ascent are going to play that style, Slemnish is going to be the one. But I believe we're going to be going into the first map of this grand final of Snakewater between Ascent.NA and Se7en. We're going to be taken away on this first mid-fight as things start to set up. We're going to see how the demos come in as Cadus is a lot quicker. He's going to deal some initial damage onto bot mode. And we're going to be waiting for these bomb setups right now, Kermit, as everyone's just kind of waiting. But Se7en is coming with the heavy at the start of the round. Is this some next level stuff? What is the plan here, Kermit?
I have honestly no idea. Normally you'd really want, you know, the enemy team to have actually tried to go. Captain does go in there and just take down immediately. But Sil is just walking across the point, just getting beamed constantly. Laz is above him though, getting a lot of damage in, but you know, down.
He eventually goes down, but they took 2 players down as a response, so it is very equal. Talash has actually gone in, dealt a lot of damage. Uber's been actually traded off. Jay's gone down. They're going for the trace to try and force it out of Skis. Skis actually manages to do it. Talash is going to get picked up. Raymond is super low. He's getting knocked around. He tries to surf away. Almost gets it, but does go down. And Captain back in. This is a really scrappy mid-fight. What a way to start off the grand finals. This is incredibly unorthodox from Se7en. And it feels like it actually, they bit off a bit more than they can chew, Kermit.
Quite possibly. We've got Stark though, just hiding in forward spawn here as sniper, so we might be able to see some sort of, well, even more shenanigans out of Se7en already. They're, you know, I don't think they've had the full KuTaK Cutter lineup yet. They've had a heavy, now they've got a sniper.
Yeah, and Stark is looking to go in, but Captain and the Se7en do go down. Bot mode forcing the players out. A huge amount of damage onto the Lash as well as he's forcing his way in. And bot mode actually leading his team. He's kind of separated. Luckily his team's coming in, but I know he is going to go down. And oh, the Ascent roster crumbles under Se7en. Laz is in behind and he is going to get cleaned up, not before taking down Cadus, but Skis all alone waiting for the spawners. That was a very questionable push from Ascent.
Well, we somehow both of us didn't call it. Skis did go down to Sil there, so Ascent just had to push. They had to make something happen there. They had to go in on Raymond. They got him very, very low, but he did manage to survive on last there.
And now we're going to be seeing the Ascent's Slemnish coming onto the sniper class, looking for those angles. And you know, Se7en, we mentioned it before, but they feel very different for obvious reasons. As they're looking to go in, Slemnish looking for an angle, whilst the rest of Se7en are slowly pushing their way in. They need to pressure as Se7en goes in. Trades do start happening, and Slemnish and Laz do go down respectively, but they did lose Cadus, and we're going to see a backpedal out of Ascent, even though the demo for Se7en did go down, but they are very confidently holding this mid, and they converted it into their side right now, Kermit.
Yeah, Ascent know that there was like pretty much full Uber ad for Se7en there. I'm not sure about the Cadus trade for Slemnish, but I guess it's worked out in the end. You know, Ascent didn't try and push back in against the full Uber with only 60% or so.
Yeah, now Ubers have been equaled out, and Cadus waiting for an opportunity for his team to come in. We're seeing little peaks here and there, but everything has equalized, so we may see some bomb play coming out of Se7en or Captain, as they still looks like he maybe wanted to go window. There is a bit of spam going his way, but he's going to go in. He's going to try and sink on. He has been suspended. He's trying to get the second one. Skis only going down to 7 HP though. Good cleanup from Ascent, and now Laz is going in. He's looking for someone to connect onto. He's gone onto upper saw. His team's trying to support, trying to wedge him in, and they haven't been able to connect much as Laz looked for the opportunity, didn't see it, and they have reset, knowing that Se7en is going to come back any second, so they've decided not to go through that phase. Do you know something that's really impressed me so far, Kermit? Is you get to the grand finals and teams, you know, look really pensive, really like passive. They don't want to really go in, but both teams are looking to create these opportunities right now. They're not looking to hold back. Cadus is now rotating into an angle in upper saw through window. Yite may even want to just try and go in on him. There's like so many little opportunities where players are trying to play a lot more aggro than we've seen before. Se7en's now looking for a bomb. Straight in, he's going for another play. He's completely deep. Skis is on his own. He may get the force. 42 HP. Skis holding on very, very well.
I think Sil did slightly beef one of his rockets, didn't land quite underneath Skis.
Yeah, it was...
Laz is in behind though, onto Raymond. He has one rock. one rocket and goes down to start.
It's just sacks for sacks. Is this the best way to do this right now, Kermit, or should we change things up now?
I'd say pretty much is like either point, any point, either team could just run a sniper or a spy. Even they could run any sort of wall class just to try and break the stalemate here. But you know, it's a grand final. Still's going in again. Third time.
Nice. Oh my God! Oh, no way!
Skis goes down. Still trades with his life. He doesn't care. That's going to be full ad for Se7en here. They're going to be ready to push in as soon as Still's up.
I'm speechless. That was such a beautiful bomb, and we can see the pressure from Yite and Jay trying to get the force, but they're going to go down, and now Uber's full in advantage for Se7en. They've done an incredible... Salenta is just so big there, and we're going to see Se7en going in lower. They've used their Uber. They're actually playing the game they want to, getting the player onto point, waiting for the players to come on. They're cleaning them up, and that's going to be so close. Ascent are trying to deny as much as possible, but Se7en are going to take the first round of Snakewater. Kermit, what a play from Salentes.
That was absolutely huge. That was insane. And the push there on last though almost went the same as so many of Se7en's pushes yesterday on last, where they almost just don't get the cap time, but they did manage to play the map properly. And for the first time that I've seen, Se7en are ahead on Snakewater.
And it does feel like a very different
on heavy to mid again.
Yeah, this seems to be...
this is their strat.
Why not? You know, I guess it's something that can work. Jade's actually bombing in onto Cadus, doesn't land the first thing, but oh my God, that flick shot straight onto Captain. He's going to get cleaned up. Talas is walking across onto Ski. Ski's trying to stay alive. Talas not... Ski's getting no help whatsoever. No, Raymond's in the exact same position. Slemnish is going to trade it out, but the 2v1 and the absolute collapse from the Ascent scouts are going to win them out that very scrappy mid-fight.
Yeah, Yite and Slemnish got all 6 frags in that mid there for the Ascent team. I think Se7en ended up getting 3 as well on his own as the heavy. Got both soldiers and I think one other.
Yeah, they've Ascent managing to stabilize there and getting the mid. We're going to probably see Se7en looking to hold on to their second there. Going to be able to do so as most teams have they're just not got much of an advantage, but Knight's going in. He's holding the Laz. There's going to be a bomb in from Sil as he's trying to get onto Skis. Wants to get there. Oh my God, Sil is huge. I mentioned it before, but my God, Cadus is going down, but that doesn't matter as Se7en cleaning up the last player. What a handle of that push into grass.
That was absolutely huge. Like, I think Captain got 2 there, Sil got 2. The soldiers from Se7en there just showing why they are on the best team in Europe.
I think Sil and Captain have definitely had a conversation about this map. I think Sil has brought some little bit of mentality into it, but really it's been incredible from the soldiers. They've done an amazing job, and especially dealing with that push in, Kermit. You know, there was a bit of an overextension. I felt like Ascent were a bit too keen to come in, and Se7en punished them perfectly, and now they've got this Uber ad. But Cadus is kind of in on his own. He's finally joined by his teammates. He's going to get those heals up. We see the bomb up belt mode with a really good, stickies, killing out 2 players. And we're going to see everything kind of settle out as Ascent looking to go in.
Yeah, Sucker's pretty far ahead of the team there, but everyone from Ascent does finally catch up to him. Uber comes out from Se7en. They got onto Skis. They force the Uber.
Yeah, and they're looking to get frags, and it's extremely scrappy as players are trying to escape, but it's going to be the Se7en roster that are starting to fall down, but Flash gets onto bot mode. But, you know, they're doing trade for trade. Se7en with 1 round ahead, but it doesn't feel like they're completely in control as Ascent are looking to pressure onto them, and that was good riposte and good post-Uber fight from Ascent.
It's a really small thing, but something that could be a tell for how Se7en are feeling right there. In their communications, Raymond and Cadus were together just on mid there, and then for some reason, even though they were the only 2 alive, they went different ways to leave to get out to second. Like, it seems like they're just not, like they've been looking good so far, but maybe they're not quite all on the same page.
A little chink in the armor that is Se7en's coherence with each other, and that can spell disaster, and that's why Snakewater has always been notoriously one of Se7en's worst maps, because they do get separated quite easily on this map. And Ascent are looking to rotate themselves with this little bit of an Uber ad. They need to make sure that if they're going to do this, they need to get Raymond so quick maybe just send in a player, because Se7en are going to be holding things. Laz with an attempt, they try to go in with him, but now we're going to see Celendez trying to repeat himself, but he doesn't manage to do it. But good work from Se7en to actually pressure onto them. Rotation coming out, trade a player apiece. Laz is going to come back. We will join them, but Cadis is getting caught out. A huge amount of damage in exchange with Captain, trying to stop Ascent, come through Sort and get those exchanges. We see Jay go in, reading the chaos, but doesn't manage to connect it. And once again, things are going to fiddle out, and Se7en are going to be looking for another angle to maybe send in a player as Cadis sets up a new little bucket trap.
Yeah, Captain getting aggressive and Saw there, but manages to escape. It's just, I don't know how they do it, but it always seems that Ascent are just able to get Laz or Jay just always in behind. Like right there, like realistically, there should be no way that Jay should have been able to get pretty much all the way onto point. He died basically on the train on second, when normally he wouldn't even be able to take it over the fence, much like Laz couldn't like just a few seconds previously. I don't know how they managed to just like, they see like the tiniest amount of space and they just managed to just, you know, give an inch and they take a mile basically every single time.
100%. And right now, Sil dealing a huge amount of damage onto the Ascent roster. Maybe another angle going to come out from Se7en, but really, Se7en don't need to rush. This is the time where you don't want to be rushing at all. We've got a total of like 7 minutes 46 on this area of the map, 18 minutes on the clock, and Se7en, Cadis doesn't want to let Ascent run away with this, because last time they did, it was 3 rounds of extreme success, and as Laz is in, he goes for the sink shot, but he ends up just killing himself. And right now, Kermit, maybe those off classes. Oh, Sills is just,
he just gets
getting destroyed.
Yep.
Yeah, but off classes would be a really good idea right now, Kermit, to be honest. I feel like Slemnish, we've seen him kind of come on to Sniper once, but this could be a good time to try that, as Bomb deals a huge amount of damage, and Jay tries to go in, but does get air shot, and the little bit of health he had was cleaned up very easily by Starkey. And Se7en once again, maybe looking to send in Sil.
Yeah, quite possibly. Still's just rolling over, so
it's coming back.
Yeah, it's going to be a while before he's here.
Yeah, he's not going to be close.
Jay's dead, and Jay like does have some pretty good snipes in him. So, oh, he's actually okay. He's going spy. I'm not sure if this is just he's holding the door.
Oh,
he's spy checking, and I think Slemnish is sniping. Yeah.
Yeah. So
to go full Highlander, maybe go for double off classes.
See what they're thinking. They're checking it out now. Nah, he's going to go. He's going to go into Soldier again, Kermit.
Here for the Slemnish show.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to be watching that screen in the corner of my eye as well, as Slemnish is going to be looking to go through in choke, check for traps. Is the bucket strap still up? No, it's not anymore, as it doesn't det and catch anyone. And Slemnish deciding to back out.
Laz and Saw there gets the frag.
Oh, that's again another opportunity for Sil to maybe bomb in. Jay actually on top of Catwalk, not letting that happen. Slemnish being very patient. Raymond needs to make sure that he doesn't go too far forward, but Captain's actually going to get cleaned up, and Ascent again bringing a bit of aggression. Yeah. And they're just oh my god, they get the force. Jay with a perfect read once again. Did he go through window or did he come from choke?
I'm pretty sure he just jumped out of window there and just got straight in and managed to drop the lash and then hold the Uber on Raymond.
And because that Uber is up, Ascent looking to come in through grass. Slemnish looking to pop off. He hasn't actually connected anything yet, as players are backpedaling from Se7en. They're making sure that none of them do actually get caught out, and they're not really going to deny it too much, as Ascent have about 50% Uber ad before Raymond's going to be able to get his. They're trying to set up the sentry gun onto Lash. Starkey on the sniper watching the shutter, but it's going to be in on skis very, very quickly, and they're in on the right-hand side, and they're looking for that sentry gun, but the sentry gun placement has been really, really good. Slemnish looking for some picks as well, and right now bot mode cleaning your house as Ascent take the
So we're going to go into round 3 here.
And we're back on round 3. It's going to be another mid fight. And Cadis, bot mode, where even are you? Hello? Cadis is so fast to mid. And that could be a good opportunity. Sil has actually gone on his correct class as we see a huge bomb from Jay as he just flies past everyone. Now looking for another rotation, going to take the fight. He's actually going to go down, but he's going to trade with Captain. And Ascent deciding to back out, knowing that they've lost both Slemish and Jay. Decide to not even stay in this fight, and that's going to be a mid to Se7en. They have adjusted their mids. That was a, that was a cookie cutter mid that wasn't with the heavy, and they did a really good job at dealing with Jay. Solentes is in deep. He's getting so much damage.
Shot by Laz.
Laz with a nice little shot.
Yeah, it looks like Se7en looked like a completely different team to yesterday on this map. Like at this point yesterday, I feel it was almost like 3-0 or something to Ascent. But at the moment, it's everything's looking pretty good for Se7en right now. Yes, they just lost a round, but it's only one for now.
Yeah, and Se7en are in a much better position. When we watched it last night, they were like nearly 20 minutes in and 3 rounds down, but Ascent not able to get as much of a capitalization on this map as before. Cadus with his playbook is something absolutely special in Team Fortress 2 because he has this ability to call some amazing plays and change things up. He's letting Sil actually off class right now onto Spy, and he's currently in and giving information to his team so they know what's going on in regards to if any plays are sending up, and more importantly, he's getting behind Skis, and I think he's currently behind the team. He's going to keep going.
Oh, Sil, and this second point, that's twice now he's managed to get a drop onto Skis. Once on Soldier, once on Spy.
Insane. Sil just playing his heart out. Off classes, bombs, it doesn't matter. Even if he's on the Putis, he wants to participate with his team, and that's exactly what he's doing. And Ascent just going to have to backpedal out as, you know what, you mentioned how good Laz is, but Sil has really been showing up on the Roma role, just playing so many different angles when he's coming into bomb. Jay did a really good job of getting the force out of Raymond, but right now Solentes being one of the strongest impacts on Soldier as Se7en look to perfect this last hold. They do lose Solentes, but they are staying in right now, trying to get the player onto point. Now they're trying to spam across. Starkey waiting for his opportunity to go in. Captain getting the time. Now it's just Cadus on his own. 3v1. He actually made him do it, and Raymond! No way! He was the only survivor. And that's all that matters because it's 2-1. Yep. Beautiful boys currently on the screen, and then there's the NA counterparts.
Cadus getting the kill onto Slemish there right near the end, and then getting the credit for killing Laz. That was incredibly close. That again looked like almost just another failed last push for Se7en. It seems that they have definitely talked about their last pushes since last night.
Yeah, and it was really good adaptation of their playstyle. They were rotating scouts, rotating players onto the point, and they didn't overcommit. And they were actually trying to take some of the scrappier fights, which is really, really, really important. Deny those soldiers being able to push people off the point. And on this mid fight, Ascent are struggling. They're having to back out, and that was all down to how much top pressure Se7en actually applied.
Well, they can't do anything on the low ground, really, with the heavy just standing there fully buffed at 450 HP with the Thomas Lab just raining down damage.
It's so strange that we're in a grand final, and something that a lot of people consider to be a cheeky boy strat actually is working for Se7en, and the Ebro exchanges happen, and they're just going to go for Solentes right now. Solentes is going to get the flash onto him. Players are separating, coming out of this. Solentes is still alive, going to take a huge amount, and he's actually going to deal with all these players coming through Sword, but my god, they're getting absolutely crushed. Slemish going down, Yite and Skis all the way out. And Se7en winning out that fight, and a lot of it was just down to Cell's heavy play once again. Yeah, it wasn't even what Cell did, it was just more the fact that he was there at all. Like 3 people coming in through Saw, and they just all went onto him. It was just easy damage from Davis. And Se7en are already in last. They're already trying to separate players out. They're already starting the clock. Yite tries to come in. Just on the point.
Bobo had no stickies. I think he tried to dead them when the lash went on the point, and then he didn't have time to relay any stickies. And they just get the cap. 3-1 now to Se7en. It's almost like a complete reversal since yesterday. And we are going into a pause here.
We are going into a pause, but right now, what an incredible first map. And Se7en looking like a completely different team. And there's our wonderful crowd as well. and we will be going live shortly.
Paused.
I'm
not sure what's going on. Are they saying anything in the game? They're not.
No, I think Thalash.
There have been some technical issues. I think just before the game, Thalash's monitor gets stuck on 60 hertz. So I don't know. I think he had to restart his PC a couple of times just to get that to change to 120, 144, 240. Who knows?
But right,
looks like all the 7 players are okay.
Everyone looks okay. They are looking to maybe set things up. It looks like everyone's on the server, right?
Yeah, everyone was moving around in spawn. We've got Se7en heavy yet again. But this, like, I know that Se7en have done it. I'm not sure how much they've done it previously on Snakewater, but I think on Granary they did run the heavy because I think the strat basically to give it away to everyone else if they didn't already know is you use the gloves of running urgently, so you'll obviously get a big move speed boost. Then once you get to middle, like the GRU will just drain all your max health. You eat the DeLoco's bar, I think that's what it's called, the chocolate bar, which raises your HP maximum, and it will just put all that health that's been disappeared from the GRU gets replaced like pretty much instantly. So you're just a heavy that got to mid fast, and you've only wasted like 1 or 2 seconds just from eating the sandwich, and you're at full health and you're ready to get like crit healed.
And then once you come into the mid fight, heavy is so good at denying the main thing that you require for every mid fight, which is it's good at denying soldiers in the air. And nearly every team, nearly every game, if you watch any semblance of TF2, you know that everything is based around how the soldiers start off the mid-fight.
Yeah.
It's whether they're bombing in, whether they're doing distraction plays, whether they're getting behind, whether they're going just straight into the face of the opposing team, whether they're trying to get the demo or the medic. That's so important.
Yeah.
And denying that, and you do lose the ability to do that yourself.
Yeah.
But you will be able to use a really, really just aggressive playstyle, because you can just tank into this heavy, hide behind them, and push across point. And actually, we are going to see everything being unpaused.
Oh, Ono says a few of the 7 players. I don't think there was any warning. They don't look like the players were warned about the unpause, so they are going to be a bit slow to mid, especially with some of the spawns it looked like they had. Sil was like stuck in the far corner.
But currently 3-1 to 7, and se7en actually deciding to come up on the sniper. Maybe this is a counter to the Slenters heavy, and actually Flash is the first one to go down. se7en is looking for some other picks. Kada's bombing across, actually gets cleaned up as well. And Starkey now pushing across. The only survivor, se7en and Raymond, need to backpedal out as the entirety of Ascent is going in on them. se7en does go down, but has he given Raymond the rune he needs? Laz is on the chase. He's going to go for it, but the scout is going to try and meet him, and Laz decides to backpedal out. But that's going to be a mid-fight to Ascent. se7en must have some sort of technical issues, because that was a very weak mid-fight from them.
Yeah, it looked like when Thalash said that it's RO and then Sil said oh no in the chat, like I'm guessing they just weren't ready for the unpause. And then se7en was just going big in that mid, got Thalash and se7en, I think, capped him as well there, like hitting these nerds.
Yeah,
and now it's even Uber, and they don't need to sack anyone in to get an off class, because se7en was sniping to mid and didn't die. So they can just try and work around him here, either going like maybe drop down or just underneath.
And it's all dependent on how they're going to play se7en. Snakewater last is an interesting one, because drop down is a great place to be. But Captain knows that, and he does pressure, but he pressures a bit too hard, so that's a first pick. So now they're going to just be looking for a second entry pick, as se7en does try and do it. Thalash actually gets body shot, but he is going to stay alive, and he's pressuring really, really nicely onto se7en. He's going to try and chase into that, and he is going to clean that up. se7en is going down to bot mode, but 2 players on the side of Ascent did go down, and se7en holding on to their last. And I think we've got a little bit more than 28 minutes left on the map, and we're going to get another pause. I think there may be some sort of technical issue when it comes to the config.
Yep.
But it's a TF2 grand final. This is always going to happen. The main reason is, for those who aren't aware, these guys have been playing on setups the entire weekend, and those setups have been, in the LAN hall. Some of them have actually been using their own computers that they bought from home. Whilst this is taking a file, literally all you got is a USB stick, popping it in, and you know, trying to play on that. And we've got our wonderful Team Fortress 2 crowd that turns up every single year. And did you hear the roar at the start of the game?
Yeah, it's always good to hear. It's always good to hear.
Yeah, it's always good to hear those guys. And, you know, we're going to be having much more of that as the night progresses. Hopefully, I hope it goes to 5 maps. Like, who doesn't?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see. Hopefully, don't just get like a complete roll.
Yeah, and but like Se7en, really scary on this map. And Ascent may have been going into this going, oh, you know, Snakewater is ours, and now you've got now you've got Cadis being the way he is going. Actually, no, that was the plan all along, and we are going to get an unpause. Again, it wasn't really of choice by the players, but the admin
changing the time limit. It was they went to restart a round earlier and accidentally restarted the entire game, so they changed everyone's score on the scoreboards to 0, and they had to just start the game. They have to figure out how much time they had left, I guess, from the stream, and then restart the game with the correct amount of time left instead of adding another 20 minutes on.
I think Ascent.NA though would love those extra 20 minutes, because right now they are 2 rounds down. Se7en holding a really nice last hold. Slemnish again now rotating into drop down, looking for a pick, and Captain probably going to expect that from Slemnish. Going to maybe pressure. They may be able to see the dot, and Slemnish is probably very confused right now, going, where the heck is the Se7en combo, as they're holding in a very interesting, very European place, which is very, very far forward.
Actually going down there, that's pretty much going to have to be a retreat on a second for Ascent here.
Yeah, I'm just loving this this sentry placement as well. The slam bang in the middle actually denied the peak from Slemnish. He wasn't able to do anything, and Ascent are going to have to try and get some sort of advantage, whether it's a force onto Raymond, whether it's the sentry gun down, or some picks where they can get Slemnish in to start fragging. But how are they going to do it, Kermit?
I have no idea. They just need to keep working around Slemnish, basically. They just need to let him peek every single angle possible over and over. Se7en need to do something though. Like, Cadis is going to be laying stickies down at Slemnish's feet. He is lucky to be alive there. I think there's 2 stickies underneath him.
Yeah, he
just needs to keep doing what he's doing. He just needs to keep rotating and just have his team like have his back, basically.
Yeah, the team needs to rotate every time. They have to be careful because the sentry gun placement does protect against this shutter, but when it comes to the classic on top of crate, it's not that great. And Slemnish immediately getting shot at by Captain. Captain trying to deny. He's trying to peek, and like I said, that sentry gun is in such an awkward place for Slemnish. He just can't peek in, and I think Starkey may have moved it back a little bit to make sure it now covers the shutter door. And Slemnish is now rotating onto the left-hand side. Se7en holding their last very, very well, and Cadis is going to clean up Slemnish with his stickies, and Ascent backpedaling out. They haven't got the thing they needed, which is their fragger, and Salentez looked like he was going to think about maybe going in for some sort of sack play, but they don't need to do it. That's the most important thing, is they got 5 minutes to kill. Se7en don't need to go crazy. They can park the bus, play their game, and make sure that Ascent can't play theirs.
The damage that's coming out from Se7en right now is just unreal. It's happened like time and time again where you look at the health of Se7en and most of them are pretty much full HP or buff, and at the same time on the Ascent side, everyone is like half HP. Like Se7en are just doing such a good job in all of these stalemates of making sure that Ascent are low and can't push. But again there, like you can see, Laz 64 HP, bot mode was under half HP as well. Everyone is just taking so much damage on Ascent that they've not really got the time to actually get in.
Bot mode looking for that space, looking to go on to Flash, decides not to go for the shot, and actually is going to go down to Salentez, and that's a big pick. That's going to be a backpedal out of Ascent.
Sill's coming in from underneath. He has 1 rock on his skis, but does go down.
No, he doesn't manage to connect it, and Ascent, Laz and Yai, looking to see if anyone was being wrapped. I thought players maybe in a little bit closer than that, but they weren't. As Laz skip jumps in, he is behind. Someone's going to have to deal with him as he's just getting pushed around by the sentry gun. He is going to get cleaned up. Yike goes down to the sentry gun as well, and you know, Se7en, they're just going to hold on to their last. They don't need to go crazy with it. They can just chill out. They've got 4 minutes left. They don't have to go. They don't have to really go anywhere.
Yeah, the Captain and Thalash have gone down here. Like Thalash on top left of the stickies of bot mode. I'm not quite sure where Captain died, but it's 3 minutes 40 left in the game and 4 minutes 50 left in the round. Yike goes down to the stickies of Cadis on top right there as the Uber comes in from skis.
They
need to get in a corner.
They need to get the force, but all they get is the sentry gun. The Se7en holding on once again. Cadus staying alive, not even getting killed by the Uber, which is an awful place for Ascent to be in. Se7en want to bring that forward, but actually they do lose to Laz. There is a lot of damage going on to players, but Laz gets piped. But apart from that, they don't really, you know, you got to give Ascent a lot of credit here. They're not letting Se7en push out at all. They're keeping them locked in on their last. Jay has gone down though, so they've lost another player, and again, they have to be very careful. Bot mode taking a huge rocket from Salentes, and Ascent doing the right thing, backing out. Maybe thinking about the off-class again. It's not worked for them, so Spy, you know, heavy,
like
something.
Turtle here from Se7en, where we've got the Lash building that sentry in the middle there, and he switched off now, but Stark was on heavy as well, just standing in the middle.
I think that's the main thing and the main way that they're holding this is with that very, very far forward play. Ubers are equal, but I think Ascent want to go in. They've used their Uber, maybe thinking they have a little bit more than they do. As Raymond milks his Uber really, really nicely. They get the sentry gun. Are they going to be looking for some sort of repush or some sort of play on to Raymond? They're trying to get the force. Jay does manage to get it out of them. And are they hoping to win this post-Uber fight? Slemnish is having a 1v1 battle with Talas, but he's been surrounded by the scouts trying to stay alive. Cadus is actually going to get killed by bot mode. And Ascent going to lose bot mode. Skis with the chase, I believe. Yite went down very, very earlier, so Skis is going to go down as his scouts try to save him. And Se7en done a really good job of holding their last and able to push in there. It was looking a little bit sketchy there. It wasn't looking perfect from Se7en, but it's more than enough. And it's almost the polar opposite of last night's result on Snakewater.
Yeah, I don't know if like Se7en maybe like, you know, deliberately threw a little bit on that map or something just to make sure they could get this through into the picks. I'm not really sure. Maybe they try to give like Ascent confidence that they shouldn't have had on the map. But whatever, if that or if they've just done their homework, like they've done an incredible job.
If they have, you know, baited out Ascent. There was some very good acting yesterday.
Yeah.
It was some very good acting because I didn't feel like Se7en were not trying. They did look like they were putting the effort in, but Ascent were just so much stronger. And Laz is going to go down. And with 1 minute left, there is nothing that Ascent.NA can do.
Yeah.
This is GG. And you know what? Well played by Se7en.
Yeah.
Congratulations for the first map, guys. 100% as we're seeing the little bucket trap coming up. I love traps like that. They can be so well hidden. Yeah. That's like the only way I can get a kill on Team Fortress 2 is by
he's just pops his Uber on second, like
he just
on mid even. Yeah,
there's just nothing.
Yeah.
I think he's like just wanting to bait some sort of fight. But now Ascent, how have they got to think about this? Like they have to. Are they gonna go into it going, oh my god, we've just lost the map that we wanted? Or are we
possibly?
Or are we going to go down the route of actually, you know, coming into Granary, which is a goddamn terrifying map to play Se7en against?
Yeah.
And surprisingly, on Granary.
I believe they may have faced off once in the group stages, where I think Se7en won 3-2. But I think that was one game. That was a game that a lot of people were upset wasn't casted because obviously it's like the two top teams from the tournament. But it was played on a LAN server, I think, that hadn't quite been set up properly, so it's not. There's no even map info. You don't even know what map it was played on. You just have to ask the players.
Yeah, we would have to ask the players. But you know what? Let's ask someone else right now because we have got our wonderful analysis desk with us. We have Eckstein, we have Epley, and actually we have Eames on the analysis desk. So we're going to pass them over to you, boys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Grumpy and Kermit. Excellent job on the casting. Eames, welcome to the desk. And we actually should have a pretty quick turnaround here. So let's just get straight into it. What did you see in that map?
Well, I saw a really, really excellent adaptation from Se7en from their, I think it was one of the earlier knockout games against Ascent on Snakewater, which they got absolutely destroyed and they lost 4-1. One of the main reasons for that, really, was that, because it's really weird hearing myself in the background, but anyway, I'll get used to it. They got rolled on mids and they lost rounds very quickly off the back of that. And one of the main strengths of Ascent.NA is they play a chaotic style. They have very, very strong DM and they just barrel into them. And Se7en traditionally have had very poor mids on Snakewater. And so the heavy to mid is just such a perfect strat to adapt to that, because there's really no way you can get wiped on a mid when you have a heavy. You can lose mid maybe if you lose one player and you slowly lose it, but you can never get wiped. So that big problem of instantly losing a round to a completely failed mid fight, that was completely nullified, and then they just played stalemates very, very effectively. So really nice adaptation by Se7en.
Your initial reactions as well, Epley?
Obviously, you know, the mids made a huge difference. It was something which was a real issue for them yesterday. Other than that, I mean, you've really got to shout out Se7en.
Yeah.
Se7en came out absolutely huge that game. He had some phenomenal plays, an incredible air shot, you know? And ultimately, what it came down to is that Se7en found success right at the start. They got themselves in that position where they could feel comfortable. And that entire game was very different to yesterday when they played Ascent.NA. Se7en were feeling comfortable the whole time. Ascent.NA, they were not making their force attempts work. They were not kind of really getting anything crazy out of the bag. Even Se7en sniping, it wasn't really working at all.
Yeah. And they certainly look comfortable defending last as well. That's another thing that I want to kind of get down on and get your opinion on, Eames. It seemed like that sentry in the middle was very tough for Ascent to break through on. You know, have you run into that against Se7en, or what are your thoughts on that defensive tactic? Just
yeah, definitely. I mean, if you get the right hold on Snake with the sentry not dying, it's one of the hardest last to break, really, because the main door that you can actually get in from is the top right door, and if Cadus, as he was, he just sticked that door over and over again, and they would keep trying to get people in, trying to make some kind of playthrough there. Absolutely nothing doing, and the only really way to get something done is to get the sentry and get a sack off from left side somewhere, but the sentry never went down at all, I think. So it was just kind of easy mode. I think the way they should have approached it was not to go through the door that Cadus was holding so hard, but realistically, it's a very difficult last to break in only 7 minutes.
Yeah, let's take a look at the logs as well while we still have a moment here. And so, Epley, some standout numbers for you?
Obviously, bot mode, he was getting some decent damage in, but ultimately, it felt like a lot of that may have just been in some of these kind of stalematy situations. You know, it was definitely significant. They had some really, really good team fights on the side of Ascent, but somehow it just didn't feel like they were really securing the frags in the same way. We're seeing 18 frags on Se7en, still an incredibly impressive performance, but I feel like really it's got to come down to Laz, 3 for 13. You know, we're seeing Jay, 8 for 11. It's definitely feeling like the soldiers were not quite able to get the same kind of mileage, you know. The scouts on Se7en, really, on the other hand, and Raymond in particular, just not really dying. I think it came down to Ascent. They couldn't manage to build themselves any kind of advantage, you know.
Some thoughts from you, Eames, on these stats?
Well, obviously, it's going to be potentially slightly inflated logs from bot mode because he's playing as a heavy, and that makes it quite easy as demo to farm your logs a little bit. And
yeah, that's true.
You know, they had a lot of stalemate trying to break the stalemates with bot mode, and so obviously you're going to get a little bit more damage. So probably slightly inflated there. But I think the main thing to talk about in the logs is Se7en playing the. Well, he's not really a log player at all. He's got okay logs for Roma, but really what you want to talk about is the 2 crazy drops from him. First on his third sack, and then on Spy. But, you know, just really, really nice play from him that didn't really show in the logs at all.
Yeah, let's take a look at our medic logs as well. Raymond, yeah, as you mentioned, those 2 deaths. Very strong stuff there. Epley, what do you see here?
I mean, other than that, really, it came down to the fact that, like, they had a couple more Ubers, but it's the same kind of situation where, like, you know, Raymond could have 4 more Ubers, or we could have 3 less Ubers than the enemy medic. Doesn't really matter once Se7en get in their stride, you know? They will only use an Uber when they want to, when they're in that comfortable situation. Sometimes they're perfectly happy to tick down that clock, and that was more or less the situation. After they went a couple rounds up, they're like, okay, the ball is in your court. You know, obviously the important thing to mention, 2 drops on skis as opposed to Raymond's 0. We saw some shaky things from Raymond, even just a little bit earlier on today, but this is absolute rock solid Raymond, clearly playing at his best.
Does the amount of heals that bot mode got there, that percentage, does that worry you at all, Eames, or do you think that's just more reflective of the situation with the heavy and the circumstances?
I would say it's not so much the high heals on the demo that worries me, it's that I feel like Laz, Yite, and Jay never really got into the game at all. You know, obviously playing as heavy as a soldier is really kind of the sad zone, and Se7en like takes some nice trades and hits a lot of shots, but most of the time the only thing we saw Yite doing was running his med out after his whole team had wiped. So it's, Ascent, most of the team having a rough time actually getting into the game and having any impact at all.
Now, we are going to be heading to Granary once we get back into the action. Eames, what do you think about Granary?
I think it's probably a pretty strong map for Se7en. As we just saw in the previous best of 3, they absolutely destroyed Feint on it. You know, so it's definitely a strong one for them. They did draw to Ascent EU earlier in this series, in this tournament on it. So, you know, they can be potentially slightly shaky, but it will probably be a very slow map. but really it's going to come down to the mid. Se7en had some very strong mid fights in the previous best of 3 with basically both soldiers just going super aggressive and making so much space that Starkey, as we saw, had 1 death in that entire series because he just ran in for free and cleaned everybody up. So it's going to be really important for Ascent.NA to try and match that aggression and get their solis actually having some impact this game, where it was last game they really kind of struggled.
And surely I wouldn't think that Se7en would run heavy to Granary mid, right?
I would find that very unlikely because Granary is a slightly longer map than Snake, and it's going to take, he's going to arrive just slightly too late to actually have the impact, and it's also, there are much easier ways to get in without being stared at from the hurry from across the map because it's a slightly more enclosed mid. So going to say very unlikely for that, but you never know.
All right, well, we appreciate all your insights. We got Henny cracking the whip on the stage, making sure these players are getting in the action, and we don't want to miss any of that. So we're going to throw it back to our casters, GrumpyKoi and Kermit. Over to you guys again.
Welcome, guys. We're going to be going into the second map, which is going to be Granary, and I mentioned it earlier in the cast. What an absolutely terrifying thing to go up against. Like, when you've lost to Se7en on Snakewater, and now you're going on the Se7en map. Like, Granary is the Se7en map.
You lose on your map pick, and then you're going on to Se7en's map pick. It's
like
probably, you know,
terrifying.
Yeah. Maybe a bit sweaty over on the side of Ascent right now.
But
just a bit unsure about how this is going to go. A bit worried.
I feel like we're gonna. It's gonna be super close. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be completely Se7en's game.
Yeah.
Because I made the prediction that it was gonna be, you know, probably we both made the prediction that it's probably gonna be Ascent's map for Snakewater, and we talk about Cadis's like ability to, you know, come up with these plays, come up with this ability to adapt.
Yeah.
But we don't know Ascent. We don't know Ascent like we know Cadis and Se7en. We don't know what's ticking in their brains. They could be looking at the maps, looking at Snakewater, going, "Oh, that was a definite win for us. Now let's focus on, you know, they're gonna probably get rid of the 2 maps that they know they're not that confident on." If you're not banning Granary in this situation, you know that you're somewhat confident. But from yourself, quick prediction before we go into Granary. Can you just tell me what you're thinking, Kevin? What's the score going to be?
4-2 to Se7en.
Well, 4-2 to Se7en on Granary. My name's GrumpyKoi. I'm joined by Kermit at the Grand Finals of I-65. And on the start of this mid, bot mode gets deleted by Cadis. Bombs come in by the Se7en roster as they're just barreling in, going for frags, and they actually get killed as a result. Skis, though, the man they were after, he is down on the floor, bloodied, and Ascent backpedaling up. They're even going to just hold on to their last. And, you know, it's been mentioned before, NA's not really an off-classing sort of area, but I've seen some pretty good off-classes. Yike going on to Engineers straight away, looking to set these things up. Cadis, though, looking for just going straight in. They're going to take second. They're going to have this 100% Uber ad, and they're going to take this all the way into last Kermit.
Yeah, they want to make sure that there isn't a full level 3 sentry up for Ascent here. There probably will be, because it is most of the way there. But they do a full ad. Jay's on sniper here, actually, on the right-hand side spawn. He actually did almost got a shot off onto him, and his head just poked up, but the Uber has been popped out for Se7en.
And they've gone through the left-hand side. They've got rid of the sentry gun. The collapse is coming in from Captain as they look for players, but Ascent barreling people onto the point, but it's Laz on his own. He's got the skill stick out. Thalash is going to circle around, and Se7en going to take the first round in 1 minute 30. Ascent.NA.
Yep.
Looking kind of...
This could maybe be a repeat of Se7en versus Feint earlier. Possibly not, but just for how quickly and how well they played that one round. Like, Sil's still on 0 points, and they're still a round up. Like, Sil doesn't need... It's all about Stark and Talash, really, in this map. It seems generally you think it's a soldier map, but it seems that Se7en just play around their scouts.
But right now, Ascent onto the second mid, bombing in. Oh, Jay with a beautiful rocket, going to clean up Starkey in the background. Laz now looking for a bomb over the top, but oh, Se7en collapsing onto Ascent. Laz the only survivor, but the big collapse and return from the Se7en roster just cleaned up Skis bot mode very quickly and just turned the mid fight into their advantage. 100% Uber. looking to barrel themselves straight into this last point already. Ascent need to come up with a bit of a stronger last hold. They're trying to slow things down. They know they've got that hold. Se7en, come on that heavy. Bring us something that's going to slow this down. Building is not going to be your friend right now, as we see Jay on Sniper looking for that key pick. But apart from that, no other off classes coming out of Ascent. That's not in their playbook right now. Heavy on top of the pipe, I love that. That's such a good way to play this map, and I don't get why Ascent aren't doing it.
Yeah. It's just such a good position to have, like, a huge amount of HP. They just come in.
Oh my God, Cadus! Absolutely destroying Ascent. They're just getting mods.
They've held.
But they held.
Raymond's only on 5 HP.
They lost all their players. Raymond's actually getting caught up. I thought Ascent were going to lose it, but they wiped out Se7en. How? What?
Even without the heavy, they've managed to pull it out.
That proves me wrong.
Yeah, but Skis did go down. He died a good bit before Raymond, so it is going to be over advantage for Ascent here. But
where did the frags go? What were they on?
bot mode got a couple of frags, I think, and then it was just kind of all over the place. Jay got 2, bot mode got 2, Sarker got 1.
Because Cadus just bombs in, did an old school Cadus bomb,
Yep.
one side to the other, straight onto Skis, and I thought that was going to be all she wrote because I saw another player go down as a result, but actually looking to set things up and hold on to middle. But Ascent pushing onto their yard. Seven maps on Se7en's pick, like 7 points, sorry, is how I feel about Granary. So they're holding the theoretical, like, 3rd point.
Yeah.
It is a very, very strange sort of setup here, but they are looking to maybe send a player in. Ubers are going to be equaled out. Cadus, though's got some other ideas as he's looking to set things up and choke. And Captain's taking control of Garage. And right now, we're just going to be waiting to see what Ascent are going to have to do because they are on the back foot. The first round was 1 minute 50. They don't want to be in the position they're in.
Marquez on Sniper here to try and break the stalemate. One thing that, like, I swear Pape is probably the only person I've seen do it. Just run a banner. Like, on this point right now, this is one of the best places really in TF2 to just run a banner on one of your soldiers. You're just going to sit here, stalemate and spam for a long time. You can get like a conch, a battalion, any of the banners, like you're just going to have like such a big advantage for your team just because even though all you've done is just sit and wait.
Have we actually seen the Ascent roster pick up a banner this tournament?
Honestly, like I'm not exaggerating, I think Pape is literally the only person that has run one in like the invite teams that I've seen. Like, he's the only person that seems to do it and seems to realise just how strong they are.
Yeah, because banners add a whole nother dynamic. That extra almost mini Uber charge, better to describe it. That mini vac Uber is the best way to describe how it kind of affects your team. Means that you do not take as much damage. Battalion's backup is such a strong ability.
Yeah.
You've got conch that you can organize incredibly fast bombs because you get movement speed and lifesteal. But
the lifesteal's good on the conch, but like the battalion's backup is what is probably the strongest. So the banners just will start getting another body shot onto bot mode here. That's 2. He's just been getting spammed down in this corner. But the battalions allows you to do basically 2 pushes you can do. And oops, God, another one. There we go. Finally, Captain gets a long range spam rock on the bot mode after he gets body shot by Stark. So we're going to have a man advantage for Se7en here.
And that's one man that Ascent do not want to lose, and that is bot mode. And Talash taking a huge amount of damage. They're trying to push him, but Ascent showing their teeth, showing they're not going to easily backpedal out, meeting them at this fight. And that's very atypical. A lot of teams would have just immediately backed out under the premise of losing their demo, and I think Se7en kind of expected that, and they're getting pushed out. Bot mode's actually going to come back in. Starkey now looking just for another pick, trying to actually get back onto bot mode and try something else. But right now, bot mode going for it again. And really, Se7en is going to get cleaned up by Starkey. Starkey going to look for another frag. But that's one entry pick. That's something that they can start working things off. And they're not getting another one though. But if he, 150 on bot mode, going to look for the other bit of damage. Not going to connect it.
And he gets
going to get
bot
mode. And with Se7en coming back in 4 seconds. Oh no! Jay and Laz with some beautiful rockets clean up the soldiers. And Cadus, Salentes, the only survivor on the Se7en roster. And right now, Ascent looking to maybe go in. They've actually managed to convert a really bad situation still on their side. Again, meeting Se7en when they're trying to push in. Se7en don't actually have to, you know, they're not on the back foot, Ascent are. And Ascent are showing their teeth every single time. They're not letting Se7en take full control of this map right now, Kermit.
Yeah, this is generally a map that not a lot of people actually like to play Sniper on, but like, I can't remember which team it was against. Stark ended, I think it was against Ascent.NA actually. Stark just playing Sniper on this map. Like, the Se7en seemed really happy just playing around Stark and Sniper. Like, he was up to like a 10 kill streak or something just in one round against Ascent.NA. Slemnish is on the Sniper as well though, so we may see yet another Sniper battle. Slemnish has been winning, like, and whenever it's been a Sniper 1v1 between Slemnish and Stark, I don't think I've seen Stark actually win one yet. Slemnish seems to be getting the better of him in all of them.
And right now, both of them are looking in very different angles. We've got one on choke, one looking through window, through garage on the ramps, and now the rotation out of Slemnish. He's going to try and win that 1v1 against Starky, and they almost see each other, but I think Slemnish may be looking for another rotation. No, he's coming back, going away.
Just needs to go overhealed this. He's just playing. He's just.
Oh, he goes for the jump shot. Oh, Starky goes down to 6 HP on that body shot.
Yeah, that.
Oh, Captain goes down to Slemnish though. This is a great part of the map to have a sniper though. There are so many cool little angles.
Yeah.
It's not perfect because you can be spammed out, but if
Slemnish
goes down, that's so big. Starky trying to look for another headshot, but Slemnish trying to clean it up on him.
As is behind on Stark.
I know
Beefing his rockets.
he's not. Oh, he's going to get it. And that's going to cause a huge backpedal out of... Actually, no, they're going to go for the Uber exchange. Slemnish staying alive. He's actually stayed alive really well. He is going to go down in the end. Slent is getting cleaned up by bot mode, and the Uber has not been used by Skis. And Ascent actually now in a really weird spot. They are going to get forced out.
Yeah, Lash is on a back cap as well. He's good. They have to come back. Jay's here on second, and Laz is a spawner, so Lash is... Oh, no, they actually brought everyone back the second tier. They didn't have the, I guess because they didn't have the spawners, but yeah, Thalash actually might get out here from drop. No, he's dead.
No, he's out. He's out. Oh,
long wind pipe.
No, it looked like he was going to get out because the rocket missed, but
yeah,
I didn't see. That
was really nice from Thalash. Like, it was most likely going to be a mid cap for Ascent there, but just pressure on the back cap dragged everyone back.
I think one of the reasons as well that Ascent are probably so confident at picking this map was because they beat out Froyotech in the main ESCA season. It was like one of the maps that actually Froyotech lost was against Ascent.NA on Granary. So it's something that they know their way of playing it. But Se7en play in such a peculiar way, and they force players back. They get so many good plays through Lunchbox and make it just an awful time for the Ascent roster. But the bomb goes in onto Starky, but he's going to clean up Laz. Laz tries to meet him there, but Starky now in the slot room. Maybe he can go in. He takes the arrow.
Sill's actually into
oh my God, Sill.
It's one rocket, but it's not enough.
Nowhere near enough.
For a second either. Do have Slemnish back on Sniper, so I think they might be here for the long haul.
But I think that's how Ascent are going to really win this out, because Slemnish has really proved himself this event so far as a sniper.
Yeah, he's just as everything, just as a player, he's proven himself really.
He got top frags in the last game, even though it was a lose for his team. Like he has this amazing way to generate frags.
Yeah.
And Se7en needs to be very, very careful and needs to be denying that as much as possible. Cadus is doing that right now, pushing Slemnish back out, but he wants to come back in, look for that angle, look for a player to maybe catch. As Cadus is going to be rotating his team around to choke. And Slemnish probably should notice that he's not getting pressured a huge amount. Players are rotating, so he should look for that rotation himself. And they are going to be looking to get a little bit of space. They're actually going to go for an Uber exchange. And yeah, Cadus is in the background. The Uber exchange is looking a little bit better for Ascent as Cadus gets popped up into the air. He's not actually going to be dealt with too much, and Slemnish actually cleans him up. And they're going to be fighting, but it's looking like no, Se7en have done such an amazing job. Bot mode just needs to do a last second thing, but he's the only survivor as his team is going to lose second, and there's already a cap onto last.
Captain does die on last. He's standing with his escape plan just hitting the ground, but that is a second round. 2-7 in here on the second map in the I-65 Grand Finals.
But I have to say, Ascent are starting to find a bit of a rhythm on this map. It doesn't feel as strong as it was, you know, the first round went so quick, and then Ascent have started to find their way. They did a really good clutch hold that I thought they were going to lose, and they were holding on to their second for the longest time. And they managed to go on to mid, they got control of that. They were pressuring Cadis' second, and right now Cadis causing a lot of damage on the bottom. Bottom might go down to 1 HP. He's staying alive somehow, some way. Makes no sense as he does go down as frags are being exchanged by both teams. But Ascent looking like they're winning it out right now as Yite and Se7en are trying to clear house. Captain backing up with Raymond. And actually the chase is going to be on. Se7en taking a rocket from Captain as they're trying to go in. Jay bombing across. They're looking for it. Oh, Captain.
This actually missed the corner. Captain went down to Se7en there on the chase. Captain did a good job though, just like with hitting those few rockets. It just kind of slowed the Ascent down just a little bit, making sure that Raymond could actually get out. I'm not sure how, but Raymond actually was like 10-15% Uber behind Skis there.
Yeah, I think it was just down. I think it's just due to the fact that Raymond was backing out whilst Skis was sticking with his team, healing multiple people.
Yeah.
So he had people that weren't fully charged up. But Cadis holding in, that was kind of a weird, wonderful place, just on the ridge of that center column. But Ascent looking to maybe pressure in from there. Laz now under drop down. Sosa bank out under lunchbox, and really,
I think this is a double soldier play. One soldier goes top, another goes bottom, maybe on lunchbox, but Sil is holding really passively on top.
Yeah, and he immediately reads it. Cadis is now rotating as well. Bot has actually got, I think it's Yite with him. Yeah, Yite's
out in right yard,
Yeah, Yite's protecting him. And right now, rotation by rotation, I think Ascent are looking to maybe force. This is a really, like, this is somewhere you don't really want to be playing sniper. We've mentioned it before in previous games, but now it's really down to how.
Oh, we've just got a soldier.
Oh, he goes in.
He doesn't get it.
No,
I don't know if we're going to see Captain or Sil try and get forwards, or if we're just going to sit on their 2-0 lead. And Stark actually has gone back. I was honestly in the back of my head, I was thinking, Heavy's not a good off-class here. Sniper's not. Pyro is though.
Oh, Pyro, 100%.
Yeah.
That denial is going to be so huge.
Yeah,
especially
such a small area, like with so many chokes.
Yeah, and the main thing is to just push people off point, and that's what Starkey's going to do. Is he's just going to kind of stand there, wait a second, pop his head round, deal some fire, right click, and there's nothing that Ascent can do about this without rethinking their strategy. Maybe going for a heavy push or something like that they can pump a lot of heals in to kind of just deal with this Pyro, because right now they can't spam as hard as they'd like to. They're looking for the stickies, they're looking to bring players in, but the reflex are coming out from Starkey. He's looking, but they're actually going to go with the Uber exchange against the Pyro.
He's just going to airblast.
Yeah, he's just going to put him in the corner, but actually he's going to get out, but Stark is dealing so much damage as Cadis actually goes down, but Starkey now trying to do the 1v1 is going to go down, but he goes down! No, he goes down to the fire, and that is not going to be good for Ascent as bot mode is going to backpedal out.
Stark with the little Mao in chat there. All of Ascent have just retreated back onto middle there. They had no HPs. Laz is a little bit forward, but this is like what you're talking about, saying it's a 7 sort of CP map. Like both times 7 have been like on the second, or either of their own or Ascent's. Like you can hold inside or inside on second next to the point, or out here in yard. It's still the exact same capture point that's being contested, but it's just 2 completely separate areas really, and it feels like it's 2 separate points.
Yeah, it really isn't comfortable for Ascent right now as they're bombing in, trying to get the force. Laz is in, he is going to get it. That's a really nice bomb, and he manages to go behind as well. Jay gets cleaned up by Captain. Laz getting cleaned up as well means that even though they lost their Uber and their advantage, right now Ascent in an awkward place because they don't have their soldiers, and this is a very spam-centric map, and you see Captain already trying to create some space, go in behind, go into lunchbox, expecting maybe a bit of chase.
I don't think they know he's there. Sil goes down though, and the Uber gets forced out on. Oh, okay, this gets the debt onto Yate there. He goes down at mid Uber. And Captain is still behind in Lunchbox here.
I think Captain now knows that players are going to start backing into him. He's already cleaning up Se7en, but Laz is going to clean him up. But really, right now, Ascent are being completely skilled on. They're so surrounded. Such bad health. Starkey cleaning house. And really, Ascent not able to stabilize and hold on to their second.
Yeah.
And now they're losing so many players, lost their Uber advantage. Se7en are already going in on the left-hand side. And Kada's going to be looking for the frags, looking for something to kind of trap off, and that is going to be the left-hand side. He's waiting for someone to come in. The Uber has come out onto Salentes, and Salentes dealing with Yai, dealing with Skis as he's trying to come out. They're not even actually capping. They're just dealing with the players. Yeah, they're just dealing with the cleanup, and that might be their undoing. As Thalash does go in, he stays alive for a really long time, but he trades with Laz. Jay goes down. People are throwing hands. But that's actually going to be another round to Se7en. Looking very, very strong.
Yep,
and tactical pause.
Another pause coming out. I'd say like all of that in the round there basically just came off of the back of Stark's pyro play. Like he got Skis in yard there, and then all of Ascent just had to back up to mid. They still didn't have Skis with them. They had no health. They have to back up a little bit further, and then both soldiers from Ascent do go down, which just led the Se7en to just get across the map for free, basically. No idea what the issue is this time, though.
But how is Ascent going to come back from this 3-0 lead with like 12 minutes left?
They did pretty well on, like, the first two mids. It was all just Captain and Sil just completely destroyed. The third one, I sat and just specifically watched Captain and Sil, and neither of them really got anything done at all. So I think they maybe have the mids sort of worked out, but the rest of the map, like they couldn't. I guess they didn't expect the off class from Stark. They didn't expect the pyro play, and they just weren't ready for the curveball like that.
No, they really weren't, and I couldn't even give you like an idea. Like I don't know how right now Ascent are trying their best to stabilize, trying to get the frags they need to, using Se7en as a way to get entry frags, but every time they've tried to do it, Se7en has met them. So if Se7en does get those picks, Se7en still have just applied a lot of pressure, but it's been the exact same way.
Yeah.
But it's just Se7en are just being so much more consistent about it. And I feel like we may be going back live again. I think the pause is now over.
Paused, yep.
And
not sure what the issue was now. I'm not sure if tactical pauses are allowed in the rules. I don't know. I know, I think in TF2 they're generally not. I think it has to really be for like an actual issue, like a tech issue. But regardless, we are live again with round 4 in map 2 here in the I65 Grand Finals.
And we are waiting on the start of this mid as Se7en are pressuring really high. But look at this, Ascent, they're going in, they're bombing their players across, but they've lost Jay, they've lost Yai, and the return is coming in. Cadus does go down. Palas cleaning up bot mode though, so it has been exchange for exchange, and Laz now backpedaling out.
The control point is being captured.
And really, it's not perfect at all for Ascent.
Yeah, like Se7en just have so much confidence there that Cadus just didn't even bother playing the mid seriously and just bombed into Skis on short. Like, he just like put a couple of stickies in. Oh, Se7en actually just dropped him short there. That's not at all good for Ascent, and their health yet again is just really, really bad across the board. Stark's actually going to go behind. They also.
Really, it's so interesting to see that Ascent have not got any sort of advantage right now. They're not being able to create that opportunity whilst Cadus is just commanding his team. Botmode's actually getting caught out, taking a huge amount of damage, and he manages to get to last with some really, really nice pipes. And it's actually causing Se7en to backpedal up a bit and let the players go into them. They feel like some sort of...
It was like a base Skis drop!
Oh my god, no!
This sticks from Cadus on garage there. Oh, you hate to see it.
Yeah, I hate to see it happen, but it happened. And Ascent are starting to crumble like flies. This could be the 4th round already, as Cadus starting the cap time for his team. They've got everyone stacked up on the point. And there is a soldier behind maybe coming in through Z, but I don't know if it's going to be quick enough. No, yeah, he's thinking about it. He's going to go for that play. He just gets instantly cleaned up and traded with Se7en.
Already, we could get, yeah,
Oh, Sneeze just gets completely destroyed by Cadus. And Jay tries to hit a really nice rocket, but it's just going to be bot mode cleaning up with the 8 sticky. And Se7en have rotated on the left-hand side, cleaning up Jay. Captain now bombing in, going to get onto Slemnish in bot mode, and that's going to be 4-0 to Se7en. They are in full control. This is their map, this is their pick, and they have done a really good job to break down Ascent.
I don't know what it was. As soon as I saw like Se7en back up from losing a scout, I feel there was just something off about, like, it's just a scout on Granary. It's not that important. It kind of looked like it might have been a bait, and I feel like Ascent maybe could have thought the same thing. Where you don't need to back because you lost a scout.
Yeah, it would have been just maybe just baiting things out, but Ski's already going down as Salentes bombs across, and players are just getting cleaned up. Laz going down is trade for trade for trade. Flash and Cadus battling the scout, but he does clean him up. Slemnish now looking for some frags, but doing a huge amount of damage, and bot mode helping it out. It's going to bring that mid-fight to Ascent. Can Ascent bring it back? They've done a really good job so far.
It is entirely possible, but this isn't the first mid. I think they have at least one other mid before, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, it's
a little bit more convincing, this one.
The mids aren't the problem for Ascent. It's the rest of the map. It's knowing what to do in stalemates and just how to actually hold and how to break them and how to then deal with like the curveballs that Se7en may throw at them.
But Se7en are playing their very methodical Granary game where they just keep in control. They're getting the advantage. They're punishing the mistakes from Ascent and just converting them into rounds. We've seen it before where they've lost mid and they've held it perfectly. They held second perfectly onto yard and then just dealt with the Ascent push, dropped skis and brought it all the way to the enemy line.
All of Ascent just going on left yard here. Leaving Gate a little bit further behind, but still following. All 6 players here are on the left-hand side of Lunchbox.
Yeah, they have managed to do that, and Ascent looking to go in through Lunchbox. I feel like Cadus is spamming quite hard, and maybe a rotation as they are spamming. They're looking for maybe, you know, you mentioned it before, the go low and high, but Ubers have equaled out now, and
yeah, they're just going to back up into yard. They've at least managed to force Se7en back inside here where it could be maybe a little easier to force, but Stark might just run back and play Pyro again if they end up sitting here for a minute or two. He is getting buffed instead though, maybe looking to try and take a fight on the flank.
100%.
Actually no, they're just going to go for
They're going to go for the Uber exchange, and it's not looking good for Ascent once again, as Se7en are just looking to clean up players. Jay does go down, Captain cleaning up with some damage, and Laz getting cleaned up as well. So both soldiers for Ascent are down, and Se7en moving in, and we are waiting again to see how Ascent are going to try and deal with this as Cadus brings his boys through garage, and they're looking for again someone to kill, but they're not going to get it. They're going to backpedal out onto their yard. They don't need to rush. That's the main thing. Like,
yeah, the Uber exchange felt like it was just an almost last-ditch sort of just attempt by Ascent there. They needed to do something to try and break the stalemate, and they ended up actually just losing ground off of the play that they made. At this point, it's pretty much even Ubers, and we're just probably going to settle into a stalemate. Might see a sack. Well, we should see a sack for either the Force on Raven or just a sack and then an off flash.
Yeah, they're looking to create the space. Actually, Skeet wants to use it in. I don't know if they knew that it was equal and they thought they may have advantage, because Skis is just getting completely trapped in. He's going to get piped by Cadus. Cadus popping out all the pipes right now. He is going to get cleaned up though, bot mode, with the rest of his team pushing forward. They're looking to get some frags, but they are losing players very quickly as the Se7en roster cleans house post-Uber fight. And that's going to be all the way even into second, maybe onto last for Se7en, as they've got a good 40% Uber ad. This could be the end of this map, Kermit.
Definitely could be. Again, like I was saying, it just feels that all these exchanges are just the only thing that Ascent can think of. Is just they want to get something going, and the exchange seems like the only thing that they can think of to try. I guess we've got 4 minutes left in the map. I think it's technically possible to get 4 rounds in like 4.5 minutes, but at this point, it's hope is dwindling for Ascent.NA on Granary here. They have, I think Circus and forward spawn sniping. Yeah, he is, but he's just standing there. Not there. We go. He's scoped in now.
Yeah, they are. He was trying to do something, but
Back on
he
that.
was immediately like pushed out. And 50% Uber ad currently with Se7en. Looking to go lunchbox. Maybe send their players in there as Starkey and Se7en's looking for that space. And Kalash is going to lead the charge. Yai is nowhere to be seen for his teammates as Laz backs out. No support from anyone there. They just managed to get out and no one goes down. So that was actually really good. Like Yai just jumped out the window. Yeah. Everyone was just running away. Laz jumped out as well. Jay was like, I ain't being a part of this. And they've rotated, got Uber in advantage to themselves. So this is a really good play out of Ascent. And now they're looking to see if they can maybe get this second.
Check
yeah,
them.
they need to.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah, I think they went a moment after you said that.
Yeah.
And they're going in bot mode, actually leading the charge with a big bomb, trying to get onto Raymond. Sanders with the chase. Raymond's going to be caught in. He is going to go down. And Ascent got some good momentum behind them now with 3 minutes left. I don't think they can bring it back, but they can certainly bring that home.
Huge
Oh
back cap.
no! The entirety of Se7en seems like who's left is behind, and they're getting players come into them. They're dealing so much damage. Staminish is going to go in. They're on last, and that's going to be it. That's going to be Granary going to Se7en, and that's 2-0 to Se7en right now. And Ascent need to bring it into the second map and really bring something. The second map being process, something that Se7en are notoriously good at. And
it is process then product. Okay.
Process then product. So
yeah, I'm getting my pros mixed up here.
So it feels like process. If Ascent can bring process back,
yeah,
and bring it to them, product and Sunshine are definitely curveballs. Something we don't expect to see them be that confident with. As we do see the Se7en boys leaving the stage.
As long as they don't get
how
tilted.
happy still looks.
As long as they don't get tilted by being like just straight up 5-0. It wasn't like a quick one like it was like in Se7en and Feint earlier, but losing by win difference can never feel good, especially in a grand finals of like the biggest LAN of the year, really.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah,
it's going to be very difficult to come back, and I feel like it was a very, very one-sided game. It felt like Ascent won. There were some moments, but Ascent just never got control of Granary. It was 110%, Se7en's game. But I am going to be passing it over to our analysis desk. We do have Eckstein, we do have Epley, and we actually have Warhoyer joining the analysis desk. Take it away, boys.
And Kermit, fantastic job with the casting again. And War, welcome to the panel.
Hey.
And Insomnia Land veteran.
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts on this match so far? I mean, the playoffs leading up to this, and now, 2-0 for Se7en so far.
It's pretty bizarre because we normally get rectally pounded by the Americans historically, and it's always we're on the back foot. But now it's like Se7en are prepared, and it's like Ascent.NA are they're just shook. It's really, really hard, and it's a bit. I mean, this LAN's been absolutely crazy in terms of like how close the top 4 is. And it just seems like whoever comes and arrives like on point on the day seems like they're just going to win it. And it's going to be, I mean, they get 30 minutes to go over stuff, so.
Yeah, a little bit of extended break here between the second map and our third map. Epley, your initial reactions to this second map we saw here?
It seemed like a similar story to last game. Obviously, it was dominant. I think really the first round kind of was exactly everything Se7en could possibly ask for. It was, I believe, about a 90-second round. And, then we got into that same Se7en that, people know and love or hate. They were in a commanding position. And ultimately, I thought one of the biggest things was that, same as on the first map on Snakewater, when it came to trying to make things happen, when it came to, trying to find advantages or get force or whatever, we saw some success from Ascent, but usually it was Se7en with at least more proactive efforts, more successful proactive efforts. It just kind of, it was just them in control, just kind of walking away with it, really. And, it's almost a little bit surprising from Ascent.NA. I feel like War's exactly right. I feel like they are shook at this point.
Yeah. And we got a chance to talk with Mela, on camera. I got a chance to talk to him a little bit off camera. And he was just saying, that he is very proud of his team and the preparation that they're putting into this, as well as just their general focus. But, it does seem like they've been kind of taken by surprise by some things, We were sitting next to Lucky as well watching this match, and he was just like calling out the pushes of Se7en. Here's how they're going to go into last. We also saw the heavy weapons guy on the first map. The pyro, maybe that didn't catch him off guard, but at the same time, they didn't necessarily have an answer for it on that second point. War, you've had a bit more time here in the European scene, gotten to see Se7en play quite a bit. Were you surprised by some of these tactics, or not so much?
I think Se7en normally play this way, where they get the first lead and then they just. I kind of think of it as like on a school playground, a bully puts you in a headlock and just slams your face into the sandpit. And it's like, it feels like they've always put you in this situation where you have to take like the worst trades ever. Like you always have to bust through a choke, you always have to pop early, and you always have to do something. And this is, I think, maybe one of the only things that Ascent aren't ready for. It happened a lot on Snakewater last, where the century on last, I refer to it as like the slope of despair and suffering, because it's like, to take out that century, which is like the linchpin of the whole last hold, you've like literally got to take a garbage trade. Like one of the things that I want to sort of like give a shout out for is like how, I know they sort of lost them overall, is like how Feint played against them on Gully Wash.
Right.
There was like one of the final rounds where Pappy goes battalions. They take a trade and they just go through choke with the battalions and they wipe them. That's the kind of stuff that you kind of like need to think of to break these awful. You need to sort of take the trade and give yourself an advantage afterwards, and that's going to be like, that's always been like the worst part of playing Se7en. It's like trying to just break this headlock that they're just stuffing your face in.
Yeah.
And it's just, eventually, it's like you either find a way to break it or you suffocate and die.
Were you surprised by the map bans? I mean, just in regards to Gully Wash and Granary, looking at those two, Gully Wash banned, Granary ending up as our second one. Also, if you make the comparison to the Feint game, Feint won on Gully Wash and got absolutely raffle stomped on Granary.
To be honest, like Gully Wash on Se7en, like for Se7en, has normally been pretty decent.
Yeah.
But Feint are like, I feel, so in Europe, I feel like it goes into a triangle where Ascent EU can't beat Se7en, Feint can beat like Se7en. And it's like Se7en can only beat Ascent EU, so it's like goes in a little circle of like each other, where they're all really good at a different team, but they always have like a team that they kind of struggle against. The bans I kind of felt like were obvious. I mean, Pro Lands, it's very controversial because a lot of people, or I refer to them as shitters, can't get used to the fact that you just cap it in 1 second. It's like, just stand on it. It's not hard.
We saw double spy and
Copenhagen action. Exactly. That's the kind of stuff you've got to prepare for, guys, honestly. And then, so the Gully Wash ban, I think, was expected. The Pro Lands ban, I think, in NA, I think you don't play the version we play, and I think they play the slow cap or a different version, as far as I know.
I think that's correct.
So I think that's kind of like, it's also like very, very sort of dominant on mids. Se7en always play for the first round, so they're normally, their first mid is like absolute crunch. They are old to last. You cap it in a second, and then you're just going over this cycle. Doesn't feel like you can dictate the map as much as you can on others.
We do have some logs prepared for you guys. Let's take a jump into those right now and see what sort of insights we can glean from them. Eeply, why don't you shout out some numbers here real quick?
Obviously, again, it's another really good game for Slemish in terms of getting some damage, getting some frags. He's clearly up there, really way ahead of anyone else on his team in terms of trying to get things done. Clearly doing some good work in these scrappy fights and possibly mid fights. But I mean, Captain gets 23 frags.
Yeah.
Starkey goes 19 for 6.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a 5-0, right? So you can only look into logs so much. There's only so much you can kind of glean, because clearly team versus team, Ascent.NA were just outplayed, really. But individually, we did see some really, really good stuff. We see some slightly different players kind of, stepping up this time. Obviously, last game, we had some great stuff from Silentes. This game, we're doing things, slightly differently. It's kind of showing that the 7 players are still, they have variety, right? All of their players can kind of step up and make big things happen, whereas Ascent, they're just not really able to get into a groove, it feels.
War, anything here that sticks out to you you'd like to speak on?
I feel like they kind of do sort of paint the picture of a 5-0. obviously there's going to be a little bit more damage from the side of Ascent because they always have to sort of like apply the pressure a lot harder. I feel like a really big point is the 1 damage per minute that Skis has on Raymond, which I feel like he'll feel good going into the 3rd map on. No,
Yeah.
he's got that 1 DPM advantage for his team in total.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, certainly. Our additional scat screen as well. Really, the highlight there is just the 7 air shots on Captain.
Oh,
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's all that matters.
I'm sure Gemm caught every single... Wait, none of them.
Whoever that is over there. Yeah, no, we got a fantastic group of observers, you know, running a couple different cameras as well. So we have been able to provide pretty good views of the action. Yeah, even some picture-in-picture, busting out all the tricks. And our med stats as well, the 1 drop on Skis, that was unfortunate. Also not reflected in the stats, but burning to death.
Oh,
it's like
that
the
was
worst way to go down as a medic.
Yeah, I mean, that entire situation, that kind of, you know, trade into the Pyro on 2nd, it's something which we have seen Se7en do before, playing Pyro both defensively and offensively on Granary 2nd. You know, that kind of trade-in was pretty optimistic, honestly. You know, they kind of went direct into that Pyro. The Pyro just kind of, you know, delayed people, you know, kind of kept air blasting them back. They went a bit kind of too far, maybe with a couple people, but ultimately it was kind of stupid, right? Because all the Pyro did is he ran forward and just vomited flames on people, but it actually did so much damage. Like, Slemnish, I think, survived on 1 HP or something. Very easy. That Pyro could have got like 3 frags, and I mean, it did win the hold, but it could have even been like even better.
Yeah, it was just pretty brutal. Overall as well, you know, a question, you know, the state of the European community. I just feel like a stale, you know, stale NA player, you know, holding on to my old strategies right now. You know, do you think that's an issue for Ascent here with, you know, things being thrown at them that maybe they, you know, again, speaking to that preparation that they're not ready for, you know, would more innovation help them break down some of these issues that they're facing? More?
It's kind of hard to say, really. As I mentioned, the headlock of Se7en, I think they just need to be a little bit more like creative. Slemnish is like insane. Like when I played against him, and it's like, I know it's not, it's maybe a bit of like an overreach comparison, but like he's got no respect, and there's like literally times where he will just go complete like nuts. And it's like, I haven't played against a scout like that. I'm gonna say it, but I haven't played a scout like that since Clockwork. Like it was because like when I played against him, like it reminded me, like there was a point I know I'm going back to my glory days. I've got to just try and make sure I bring back a highlight of my life, where I like I remember Clockwork just going through Haunter against us on Epsilon, and he killed like 3 players by himself with a buff and no medic. And it's like Slemnish did that to me quite a few times, and our team, like where he just pushed Gullywash Blast by himself. He literally just ran in, 2-shot me and just ran out. And I was just like, oh, see you, mate.
Good fun.
Oh, all right. Is that it? It's like he just sort of, I'm going to kill this guy. Oh, he's dead. See ya. And that was it. And then it's like, he just doesn't, I guess it is kind of hard. It is very hard to play that way when you're kind of being constricted. And that is what Se7en are going to do. But I feel like they can sort of mount a comeback, but they have to get an early lead. And that's going to be the part where I'm sure they're going to discuss in the break, where they sort of decide what are we going to do when we are on the back, well, when we're going to have to push against this brick wall, like how are we going to bust it? It's all very well and good going for just a trade or running sniper. I feel like the only problem that is that you're then still putting too much weight on a sniper to sort of go, hey, look, for the next 10 minutes, you are the only thing that is going to get us onto this last point. And it's like, you know, they slightly push Slemish forward, like, go on, do your thing. And then it's like, you know, he's sort of, it's very, very hard for one person to come up with the goods. So they've got to sort of do something more team-orientated, I feel.
Well, thanks for that excellent rundown. Definitely some good advice to Ascent if they're listening. And we're going to be cheering for them on process, at least so that we can see more TF2 action. And to lead us through that action, we're going to go to our casters once again, GrumpyKoi and Kermit.
Thank you very much, guys. We're going to be going back onto process now for the grand finals. It's going to be an interesting little match, all in all.
Yep, it will be. Whose pick was this? Would this have been Ascent's pick? I feel it should be.
Yes.
Granary would have been the 7 pick.
Yeah, it would have been Ban pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not actually seen Ascent much on process. I think I've seen I've actually barely seen any pros this LAN at all, it seems. I think I've cast maybe 1 or 2 games, but can see in the server there that Ascent are ready. We just need to wait on Se7en.
They're actually going to be going live.
Already,
you know,
as I see it.
Let's not go through our predictions. I just want to see what happens. Are you okay with that junction, or do you want to make?
Yeah, I'm never right in the predictions anyway.
Yeah,
So,
but we are going to be going live on Process for the grand final. We're on the 3rd map. 2 to 7, none to Ascent. Can the Americans bring this back and bring us into a bit more contention on this grand final? As right now, they just bombed away, but the bomb goes in from Laz. Laz is going to trade it out, and now Ascent looking for other picks as Salentes does go down, but it's a trade for trade. 2 soldiers for a soldier and a demo, and right now Ascent are being bullied very, very aggressively by Se7en, and they're going to backpedal out. But right now, you know, no one really took too much of a lead. No one took too much of an advantage. Just position as Se7en get that midpoint.
The positioning for Se7en towards the end there didn't even look all that good, but they just, I don't know, held W and just focused everyone down, like every target as, like, you know, as they were weak. Like everyone just ended up being really low for Ascent. They just got bullied out in even numbers. As he starts on Spy here, and he is going to, yep, he's not checking, he is actually left spawn. He's going to go for a Spy play. I love that they're just going aggressively with the off classes, like instantly. They're not messing around with, you know, how long the stalemates were on Granary there. They're just going straight away. They want to break this. They want to get hopefully just an early round on the board.
Yeah, they are hoping for it, and really this is down to now how Ascent want to play this, because Se7en are going to feel very, very confident. They're going to be, knowing what to expect. Now Ascent are the ones that going to bring some sort of surprise, while Starkey on the Spy is going to bring a surprise to Ascent if they're not careful. They need to be checking. They need to know that they're against a European team, so there's going to be wacky off classes, and Starkey has got a huge amount of information. He's currently decloaked. He's waiting for his opportunity to come in. I don't know if anyone in the center is aware that they're looking for a Spy, as he is just going to walk in. He's going to get the drop. Jay going down to Cadus as well. This is perfect for Se7en, and they're going to just go straight into second. There was a force attempt that didn't connect, and they're looking to get the round straight away. And Se7en with the Cadus roster actually taking a huge amount of damage, but they have used their Uber. They're coming in on the right hand side. They're looking for someone to kill, and that's going to be the entirety of Ascent. They're getting crushed, but oh my god, bot mode! Absolute monster! Does it all on his own! He does not need anyone else!
Bot mode gets 5, I'm pretty sure that was there, or 4 kills. Bot mode absolutely goes.
Bot mode just
huge for
won
there.
An entire last hold on his own. He was literally 6v1, it felt like, with an Uber charge, and he just demolished.
Yep.
Did such an amazing job. And bot mode now bombing across, probably got a lot of confidence.
Nice headshot.
And yeah, Starkey's actually on the sniper, so it's going to be terrifying as the bomb comes in. Laz is going to get cleaned up, but Se7en are being shunted back. They've taken a lot of damage in a lot of different places. But Starkey looking for that angle. Process lends itself to snipers so well.
Yeah, especially like this, the mid to second, just looking through choke is so strong. But Stark's actually sitting all the way back at Wallet here.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to... I think what his mentality is right now is he's going to wait for the bomb. That things are going to equal out very, very soon. Or maybe Ascent are going to want to take this forward. But that was such an impressive play from bot mode to keep his team alive. I think Stark has actually decided to change out. And we're going to see how Ascent are going to try and get some sort of force. Is he checking for off classes, or is he going to be coming out? He's checking for off classes right now. Going to come back on the scout, and whilst this is happening, we see a soldier go up into the air, look for some sort of damage onto Suicide, but no one was there at the time. Se7en playing their classic methodical game where they don't really want to push anywhere and just kind of stay on second.
Yeah, Se7en are like completely content with any stalemate. Like they seem. Oh, actually, as I was just about to talk about stalemates, Jay comes in. He does get a lot of damage onto Cadis but does go down, and Blaz gets caught out by Captain on Sewer there. And with both soldiers down, Sil went in for a force and did not get it, but he's still 2 down for Ascent. No, 7 are just going to back up. They're going to play it as safe as they can.
Yeah, 7 don't want to. They don't want to give up. That, like, if they give up another frag, if they give the opportunity for Ascent to collapse on them, bring a bit of chaos, it could be something. But you just mentioned it. You mentioned it many a times, and I think this is the first time we're going to see Jay not holding on a last to playing sniper, and he's going to be looking for some sort of play as he's looking to come in through Sewer. They maybe going to open the door in a second for him. They're going to be looking for that pick right now. That's going to be so important as he tries to hit something. Doesn't manage to connect it. Going to be looking for Cadis, but not going to connect that either. Ascent just waiting on this sniper play, not like trying to generate anything else. So it is going to be a very, very slow and methodical play coming out of them. But 7 doing an amazing job at bullying them out. Starkey is all alone. Oh, he nearly had an opportunity to slink in, but the timing from Laz just means that, you know, he cannot in any way, shape or form go in.
Raymond walking in front of the sight line there for Jay, just at top PC. That could have gone horrendously for 7.
And right now 7 just very much comfortable just holding this. They don't need to go forward. They can, you know, not go out of the shot. Captain goes down. We're going to see another frag. He's looking, he's looking, he's looking. Raymond takes 50. That nearly was a connection, but Laz does go down. So maybe a backpedal or at least a rotation out of Ascent, as I think Jay is now going to be taking the high ground, looking for another angle. Slemnish spamming away. They have got 2 scouts still of Yite and Slemnish. So it's quite an interesting thing. They've got the ability to push once they've got the picks. They're not going to be, once they've got a decent pick like a Cadis or even a Raymond, they have got the 2 scouts for this, you know, the speed of the push. Yeah. Whilst that's one thing that's very, very lackluster about the sniper play, is if you do it with your scout off class and you don't have 2 scouts to go in, and now Jay going to be hopefully looking to get some sort of decent pick. He deals 150 to the last. He's looking for Cadis now, as actually Slemnish is going to go down to spam from Cadis, and Ascent, that play not working out for them, so really they're going to have to kind of equalize a bit.
Yeah, this is all just on Jay here really to get something done for Ascent. Like you saw, as soon as like they lost Laz on the last, well, about 2 minutes ago, they just Ascent just ran away as soon as they lost 1 player because they know they can't do much with. Ooh, we've actually got Slemnish on spy here. Is he just checking, or is he? Are they going double off class?
I think he's checking.
Checking for now, but
if he goes double off class, that would be something that I don't think 7 would be predicting. No, he is going to come out on the scout. He's playing it safe, and that's exactly what 7 are doing as well. Just every time an Ascent player shows their head, they spam them out, and that's about it. They're not over-committing. Now, Ascent looking to rotate into IT. Are they looking to create something from this? Or, yeah, they're getting a player in behind. I think it's Yite is all alone. He is going to get cleaned up, though, by Thalash. And that player trying to sling that player behind is not going to work. And Jay just hitting body shots, but not hitting the headshots he needs. Thalash going to go with the Uber exchange. They're going in. They're going to get that exchange. They're going to try and capitalize on this. But bot mode taking up the high ground, looking for someone to deal damage to. He's getting pressured really nicely in this extended fight as Salentus goes down, but bot mode down. Skis is down as well. And 7 doing an amazing job of cleaning up the rest of the Ascent players. Jay and Yite, only ones left in. Yite gets cleaned up. Jay gets suspended into the air. Looks for the pick. But Cadis with 5 kills at the end of that just shows how well they played.
Yeah, like I guess Jay's just not maybe feeling it on Sniper. Maybe it's something to do with being on the big stage, or you know, just a different PC, different desk, different chair, something. You know, it's just the slightest thing that's just throwing him off. He's just not able to really get as many picks as he'd like to get. Yeah, and the double scout exchange, it's rare you see 7, I feel, actually go in for these sort of trade plays. They normally like to always play slow, get the force, and then go for an Uber on their own instead of, you know, going for something that will be a roughly even fight.
They are going to be looking to go right They're going to clean out that sentry gun. Isn't even going to stay alive long enough as the heavy tries to come in, but Se7en have just completely pushed back, but with no sticks on point is going to make Se7en win that round. And they're going to take the first round on the third map. Ascent in a precarious position, 20 minutes left, so it is still all to play for. And we've got a wonderful crowd, lovely people. And that's what LAN is all about, isn't it? Hanging out with your friends.
Yeah.
Most important thing.
That and the video games.
The video games. As bot mode looking to spam away. And Se7en waiting for the opportunity to start off their play. We don't see Captain or Slenders really starting their bombs. They can be very, very strong on this. As Slenders takes the control of the right-hand side, Captain is going to get cleaned up, but there's just going to be a trade of players. No one else is really dying, but there's a lot of pressure on Slenders. He does get cleaned up, but then Jay goes down, Yite's down as well. Slemnish takes a huge amount, does end up going down to a roller from Cadus, and that means that Skis is all on his own.
Stark in a 1v1 with bottom melee fight with bot mode, and he hits the pipe.
Oh my god.
Stark somewhere wasn't a scout, wasn't a 1v1 to a demo. That has a bottle out. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but yep, Stark again with a Lamau in chat. A little bit embarrassed after losing that. Yeah. But it is even Ubers here. Stark actually, this could be a good time for him to off class, but I think they're just going to maybe play around Se7en Captain, just get them in. Like, this is a great point for Silvers to just jump around on.
Yeah, and Laz is actually going to push him out. Sil is in behind, but jump wasn't that consistent. He does get cleaned up. Laz went for a nice little air shot, but didn't connect it. And Se7en going to start backpedaling, try and do that bait play where they try and bait players into them and clean them up. But they decide not to do that at all. And things are just slow, as always.
Yates just pushing these flanks. Like, he ran all the way up at DC the second that he saw Cell die. Then when he realized it couldn't, Cadus actually goes down to Slemnish there.
Yeah, the Slemnish put a huge amount of pressure. He's now going for the fourth play. And actually, it was earlier on Se7en. Slemnish actually getting flashed, and they're looking maybe to chase back in or do some sort of play. They can't stay in choke too long because the bombs are going to come in for players. As Captain looks to deny it. Captain is actually
on the flank from
the Stark is in behind. Oh no, he's actually going to get... Nah, Skis goes down. Then Slemnish, Se7en just fully in control. Handled that post-Uber fight absolutely perfectly. And Ascent not able to handle anything the Se7en are throwing at them right now.
Stark was just the perfect distraction for Talash there and end up cleaning up Skis and Slemnish. I think Stark actually got bot mode as well just before it happened. Like, it was just such a nice play. He got in completely unnoticed into Sewer, and it was just absolutely free for them. And now, as Skis did die, it's a huge Uber ad for Se7en.
And Cadus is going to be wanting to take this forward. Sentry gun has been put up by Yite, and Cadus is just going to do, his favorite way to push in through 4. Going to clean the sentry gun up as soon as possible, and then deal with the players rotating out of left. He's going to trap up right.
From point until Ash just walks on it.
Yeah,
that's an easy
that's so easy. So easy for Se7en. They're not even breaking a sweat right now on this process map.
Like, all I think it was, Captain just shot one rocket onto the point. It blasted like every stick, like all but one sticky off the point, and it was just easy. Like, Talash could just stand there completely uncontested. I don't actually know where bot mode even was towards the end of the fight there. But we are going into round number 3 here.
Cadus get absolutely munched by bot mode, and the Ascent roster gonna bully Se7en out. 16 minutes left, 2 rounds down. That is something that they can do, and they're pushing in. But Sil and Captain are just mulching the players that were going into choke, and they got super, super low.
Jay, I think, was on 2 HP there. That was incredibly close. Because if Jay had died there, he could have maybe just arrowed up Sil or Captain, and they'd have just gone in straight away to try and get Skis. And then Captain doing something I saw Left do yesterday, just like doing a wall jump and choke here, just so he can safely look over the choke point without having to actually peek and take any damage.
And whilst that's happening, Cadus spamming the medic bind and moving forward, trying to get onto Skis, deal a huge amount of damage. He created so much space, But right now, Se7en not wanting to go too
But Soldier in.
Laz is in. He tries to get a connection onto Raymond, but he doesn't hit it.
He hits the one rocket. I think Raymond must have taken a bunch of fall damage as well. He must have been jumping or something.
Whoa, Skis got forced.
Yep, still just jumping in. And Ascent are just on the full retreat. They've got no Uber and they've got no roamer for their flank. It's just a full retreat. And Se7en popped really early for Azure.
Yeah, but Cadus gets Skis. Look how much damage. He's now on choke bot mode, having to backtail on the other side of the rock. Kalash is going to clean up the Yite. Bot mode does manage to get out. But I feel like Se7en right now are not going to give them any space. They're going to come very far forward. Captain creating that space, going to go onto, doesn't actually hit the rocket he was planning to onto bot mode. There is a player in forward spawn, but he is going to get cleaned up. And this could be a third round with about 30 to 35% ad. Jay going on sniper, going to try and get a hero shot right now. No heavy, just the engineer.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, they may. Are they even trying? Yeah, they are just trying to build the Uber, get as much of it as they can before Se7en come in. It's going to be maybe 60, 70%. Yeah, here comes Se7en with the Uber. Cadus is jumping in straight on top, getting on the skis.
Yeah, Cadus trying to deal so much damage. Flash is going to go down. Just trade after trade, but no real frags. The Sentry Gun is still very much alive. The Ascent are going to be getting that Uber very, very soon, but Cadus still creating that space. It is going to get bombed, but the arrow saves him from Raymond, and he's just creating that space, bullying off. Se7en is trying his best, but Raymond's going to do it on his own.
He walked off of the point and, oh no, he just took, he went,
look at the
tiny bit too
grin on Thalash's face. It's very, very different faces on either side. I feel
that
like
just
Se7en
reminds
are
me
feeling
of
very, very confident right now.
classic Hair P moment on Viaduct where he just didn't capture the point. It was just about the opposite there. Incredibly unlucky for Ascent there. Just Circa went just the tiniest bit too far off the point. Or Raymond's a cat.
But Raymond was looking like he wanted to start throwing hands on the point. He was not afraid as the mid-fight does start off, and Cadus and Slenders do go down, and the Se7en roster have started to be collapsed upon. But oh my god, bot mode trying to glass people, and Se7en just wiped them. That was looking a really good start. That was really, really
all
good.
got corralled into like the red PC. Like Ascent just all got stuck in there, and Thalash and Stark just went ham. I think they got 5 between them there. Captain got Slemish as the first pick on mid, and then Stark and Thalash got the other 5 players for Ascent. Like, just absolutely huge. I think it was basically just Cadus and I think it was Captain, maybe Sil, that just did loads of damage, and everyone on the side of Ascent was weak inside PC. And just completely opened it up for the scouts to just clean up.
Yeah, and Se7en actually used that Uber really, really early. Did they go for an IT play? Was that? I didn't really see what they went for. Did they get forced? It was kind of really, really messy. But Se7en giving up their Uber ad. And
I'll be honest, I was too busy listening to my own voice there to actually to see what's going on. Laz, it must have been this. Laz is behind on middle right now in a 1v1 against Stark.
Yeah, he must have got the force or something like that. But right now, Se7en just going to be building up in choke. They're going to check for Laz. Laz just spams away, but he is going to get picked up. And maybe chase down. No, he's just going to stay alive. Be that constant nuisance, that constant fear. As he actually bombs in, tries to get something. He is going to get cleaned up by Thalash. And Se7en just about to get that Uber. Skis at 100%. Cadus rotating now into sewer. I feel like Se7en are wanting to go really, really deep with this.
Is he even Uber though?
Yeah, but Cadus is so deep right now, and it's a very, very separated bot mode, and he is going to get cleaned up. Ski's holding so late. Are they going to be able to collapse onto Se7en as Cadus just jumps around, old Kato style, looking to just distract as much as possible. Thalash onto Skis. Skis takes a huge amount. Raymond is down, but Skis is going to get cleaned up. The only surviving member is Laz. He's trying to stay alive. He's got these 2 scouts dealing with him, a soldier to his side, and he is going to get cleaned up. And bot mode needs to set up some traps. He's the only survivor as the respawns actually do start coming in. We just see the sentry gun going up from Yite, and really scrappy from Ascent.
Yeah, it looked kind of questionable, and even just from the start though, Se7en wanting to go in on the even Uber, but I guess they just had the confidence that they knew they'd win the post like the post-Uber DM fight. And we've actually got start going for a spy play through lobby here, as Slender's just peeking one as sniper.
Yeah, and he looks for that opportunity. They're playing so aggressive though. They've got a little bit of disad, but they need to be careful because if they lose bot mode, if they lose a player trying to make this play happen, it is going to just convert into a round. They need to be careful. Looks like we actually have Starkey on Spy as well in the background, so an off-class of Sniper versus the Spy. And Starkey's had some really, really good performance so far on Spy, and he's just inching his way piece by piece towards Skis, making sure he's got the opportune time to decloak. And Se7en are going to start making some space, making some spans. They're going to try and get the sentry gun down or create something as Starkey has decloaked. He's going for the walk. No one spots him. Oh, Skis turns around. He recognizes it. He heals him, but he does end up turning around at the right time and realizing that, no, that is not my teammate. And he does get rid of Starkey. And yeah, everything's fiddled out once again. Really, like, Ascent need to start breaking apart and adding the chaos into the situation for Se7en as they do bomb in with a bit of a chaotic bomb. Go really, really high onto Jay, but he is going to go down. And Skeet is backpedaling out. This is the worst place.
Another round for Se7en.
Yeah, this is the worst place to push out. If you're not going to get Raymond, then you've just traded the round. You need to make sure that you've got the man you're aiming for. He is going to end up getting to Lash, but Slemness is traded. Laz is going to bomb in and try and get onto Solentes, but it's such a scrappy fight. It looks like Se7en are fully in control right now. Laz on 8 HP. Cadus taking a bit of damage here and there. He is going to backpedal out, but no.
They've held again.
Raymond's just going in. Raymond was just going in at that point, but no, Ascent do manage to hold their last, so they didn't manage to get punished for their mistakes.
Jake getting 3 there, got Captain Cadus and Raymond there, all on the last hold. And with, I guess that was a bit of the caster's curse there. I was for sure.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Hold that as a round for Se7en, but
Ascent showing their teeth.
Ascent out, yeah.
Yeah, they're trying their best to create something. Starkey
shot onto
missing
Skis.
That would have been absolutely awful. I feel like once you get into the grand final against Se7en, it's an absolutely daunting task because they just start matching everything. Cadus always likes to keep things until the last second and make them happen, and that's what this game has been all about. Is it feels like Se7en have just had every little bit of information and everything in their repertoires. Laz bombs in very, very deep. He doesn't manage to connect anything. It's going to be Skybox. Going to end up going down. He gets Solentes. That's not that bad of a trade. And they didn't use that Uber. They've managed to push back Se7en. Yeah, they want to make a play into last as quick as possible. Bot mode waiting for his team, commanding them forward. And they're waiting for the opportunity. They're going in now, spamming it back piece by piece. Uber does go up onto Raymond though, so this is not good for Ascent. The bot mode's going to be trapped in, and players do start dropping, but Cadus does go down. Flash is going to help clean up the last remaining players behind, and it's a full wipe on last. Se7en winning that out, and Ascent wiping and failing on their last push.
Yeah, Cell going big on that last hold, getting 3 there, getting Yate, Slenish, and Jay. Like, Ascent were just that tiny bit too slow. Like, Raymond literally had just gotten Uber like a second before they managed to pop in, and bot mode got onto Raymond. It could have been the round for Ascent there, but unfortunately it wasn't. And now they actually even lost second. Sil goes in here, but he just jumps into scouts.
Yeah, but Captain's in as well, trying to get on the Skis. Some huge rockets, but he is going to get cleaned up. Skis goes down to a pipe from Cadus. So it all works out. Three-man sack, but Cadus manages to stay alive. Didn't really overcommit too much at all, but it's just a slaughter, Kermit.
That's just incredibly unfortunate for Skis. Just like 2 soldiers, and then just the demo. Just like, I think it might have been just from one. He just pops out with his stickies, pipes even, and just 1 or 2 long-range pipes. Just good night to Skis. There's pretty much full Uber here for Se7en as they're holding last. I don't know if they're gonna. They're just gonna pop the Uber. They're just gonna go in. Yike goes down. Flash chasing and choke.
They're looking to catch players and choke right now, but bot mode actually suspending Flash really, really well. And the bombs are coming in. Captain's actually getting caught out, but the arrow from Raymond saves his teammate, keeping him alive for so long. And it means that Ascent really need to make something happen. They have got Uber out. They're coming in through Suicide, and they're looking to start things, but the big bomb comes in from Sil to deny. And now we're going to see how Se7en are going to deal with it. Sil goes in, gets keys. He didn't, did he?
He died with 97.
97% Uber.
Yikes,
But Salentes just absolutely controlling the situation. Once again, Slemn is trying his best to make something happen. They're actually fragging players down. Ascent are actually winning this. Raymond, though, staying alive, but they actually won out some really, really good fights there.
They have no HP, though, in second, and Se7en know that, so they're just going to go straight in. Yeah, they Ascent just have to retreat. Slim is actually catching a rocket there, almost dies. And it's taken so long for Skis to heal that it's just literally a full 100% ad here. Ascent should not really be holding this close. There's only 4.5 minutes left, though, so they need to go for this push, basically. But here comes the Uber from Se7en. They just get bot mode instantly. They're going to clean up Jay behind.
Yeah, and once again, Slemnish going down. And Ascent are getting picked apart player by player. Bot mode's down as well. They've been pushed back, and they're not going to be able to do anything. Jay is just trapped in upper IT. I don't know if anyone spotted him. Nah, he has been spotted out. He's taking quite a lot of damage. He's looking to connect it, but no. He's going to Crater, and Se7en are on mid. They're looking to finish things off with 4 minutes left of the match. I don't know how Ascent.NA are going to bring this one back.
At this point, it's going to be really, really difficult. Slemnish will need to go absolutely huge on the sniper here. Just so, like, they basically have to just roll every single point here to actually be able to cap. Ooh, Slemnish just a bit too far up and choke. Did have a sight line onto Raymond, though. Captain on the background gets the frag onto bot mode. The Uber comes in, the last just gets
got cleaned up by Kalash, and Se7en just picking apart this Ascent roster. There's very little they can do, and I feel like if they get another round, that is going to be all she wrote. It's going to be almost impossible. It is going to sadly be impossible for them to actually get 4 rounds in under 3 minutes. As Starkey looking to go onto bot mode. Ascent trying their damnedest. Starkey getting absolutely destroyed by bot mode. Kalash taking a huge amount of damage, but 7 players are actually dropping. Ascent looking to go forward. They really have to make something happen of this. As Cadus is backpedaling out, he's got his traps set up, and they have got hold of their second. They're now bombing in. Bot mode coming in as well onto Cadus. Cadus just leaving instantly. No real, the connection onto Salentes. But right now, Ascent backpedaling piece by piece by piece, and it's looking so much stronger for Ascent. But the 2 minutes 24, I don't know if there's anything they can do. This is too little, too late. The exchange has happened. They're trying to frag things out.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, we've got 2 minutes left. I'm pretty sure this is just straight up GG. Yeah.
You know what, Ascent, they're fighting tooth and nail. They're not going to go down without a fight. Raymond's throwing hands on Medic again, and he is going to go down. And they may even get around for it. There's 1 minute 50 left. No, they can't. Oh, Laz! What a rocket. What a way to end your LAN experience at I65. Starkey pushing players out on 31 HP. He does manage to get, Lash manages to get Skis. The bomb comes in from Jay, but with 1 minute 30 left, they're not going to be able to get the round, are they? Because they do lose Yite. And yeah, GG well played to put in chat by Ascent. That is GG. Congratulations to Se7en being the international champions for I65. Commiserations for Ascent.NA. It's been an absolute pleasure having you boys down and being a part of this event. It's been absolutely amazing, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm honestly really sad that just how poorly it seems that Ascent really did on this. I was honestly really hoping that they'd put up more of a show than this, but I guess Se7en, they're maybe just better rested today coming into this, or if they've have really done their homework since yesterday.
Yeah, they really have. Well, one thing that Kaida said to me yesterday was he did say 11 p.m. games are hard.
Yeah.
And it's a lot earlier. He's probably a lot fresher. He's come off a lot of wins. Ascent have probably been watching, trying to figure out how they are actually going to be the boys on Se7en, and they just haven't figured it out because Cadus just has this massive playbook.
Stark's just fragging out.
Stark's just fragging out, but
in the dead time here.
it's been an amazing LAN, and the competition has been absolutely amazing. But as the crowd clown it out, congratulations to Se7en for winning I-65. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Very well played to them, especially tonight. They definitely fought hard, and they definitely deserved the win in the end.
Yeah, they
were on the day the better team.
Yeah, they showed their dominance, and Cadus is going to be very happy with that.
And just hearing the chants from the crowd, very happy that Europe have regained the title,
the title of
champions.
International. But yeah, we're going to throw it over to TurboTabs, and he's going to have a little chat with the players and congratulate. So over to you, TurboTabs.
They make it look so easy. Oh my God, Se7en, my Lord, not even 10 o'clock, and we've already made it at the end of the grand final. Dear me, the home turf, the home power has brought them another championship here at I-Series. Look at these boys strutting up. Dear Lord, have mercy. But you've got to give credit. You've got to give credit to the Americans. They made it difficult for them. They knocked them down to the lower bracket. I can't remember many teams doing that. They made them work for it. They made them sweat for it the previous day. Plan, stress, worry has probably kept Se7en up at night, but they've done it. Se7en have managed to just put the homework in and really come clean with a nice 3-0 tying up here at the Birmingham NEC. Well done, boys, well done. And a big congrats to Ascent.NA as well for, again, making it a great show, a great LAN, and a fantastic thing. But we're going to throw it back to our analysis desk. And boys, you've got to break down that game for me. You've got to break down the series. You just got to break down the entire LAN. Come on now.
Koi and Kermit.
Is it still me? Is it still me?
What?
I thought we were back to the analyst desk. Okay, all right. We'll still go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, crowd. Thank you, crowd.
Thanks, guys.
Whew. Let me know we're live. So yeah, we will be going back to TurboTabs for an interview in a second. I think we just need to take care of a bit more stage business. But let's just get right down to it. Oh my Lord, what a series from Se7en. Eeply?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I don't know, this is like a return to, I'm not even going to say it's a return to form for Se7en. This was, I think, the most dominant they've taken anything, really, any of their records at this point. This was absolutely insane. Like, to bounce back from this incredibly close best of 3 yesterday. Like, yesterday, you know, they narrowly lost to Ascent. Ascent did an incredible job, you know, contesting with a team which really few others in the world could even dream of, right? And then Se7en comes back today, and they've clearly done their homework. They've looked at their demos, they've fixed everything they need to fix, and they absolutely just tore Ascent.NA apart. It was insane. Every single player is just absolutely firing off.
Yeah, it certainly gave a good reason for everybody in the world to be fearful of them. You know, I think that Ascent, you know, you gotta give them plenty of accolades though for stepping up. They put their full heart and effort to them, and you know, I know that those guys are going to be devastated. They would have wanted to see that go into 5 maps. Lucky, some thoughts from you?
Yeah, for sure. Like, Se7en totally deserve this game, to be honest. You know that Cadus goes away. He reads these demo reviews, like, back to front. He is such, like, an influence on this team. He has put in so much effort over every LAN he's been to, and it's just a testament to Se7en's discipline and the way that they like construct their games properly and force people to play their way, and that causes them to win games. And it just shows in this final. They dismantled them entirely, I believe.
Yeah, let's talk about players. I mean, in the pre-game, you know, in between maps and stuff, we talked a lot about Salentes and Thalash. I have some thoughts on the matter, but who was your MVP of this series? Eeply.
Obviously, the team was playing incredibly solid as a whole. I thought individually, I thought Thalash was having a really, really good game.
Yeah.
I think there was a significant period of time where every POV we saw from him, he was hitting like,
Yeah.
oh no, I think the lowest he hit was
Chat,
like
me
70
chat,
at one point, you know? And that's pretty acceptable. I think
Yeah.
he went absolutely crazy. Like, you know, they were just playing things exactly the way they needed to. You know, we saw some great stuff from kind of Cadus here and there, and the soldiers were doing really, really good work. Obviously, Captain's so influential, and yeah, I mean, everyone was doing well, but I do think this was such a good map for Thalash and Stark.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Thalash, he was leading those Ubers, taking them in, taking all the trades at the right time. But I feel like the special factor for this, on Process especially, is the fact that they take these trades with Thalash. They go insanely well. They start coming out of the fights. And as soon as that happens, the Ubers start fading, the soldiers commit. And Captain clearly leading the charge on that one. He is so consistent on all his bombs. And I think Captain, for that reason, to me, is the man of the match Process.
Okay.
Especially. But over the entire thing, Thalash for sure.
Okay. Well, seems like we have a diverse set of opinions here, because I'm actually going to point out Starkey. I think he was the silent killer, and that was something that I heard about as well, that the Ascent players were a little bit cautious about, wanting to keep their eyes on him. I think Starkey had fantastic stats throughout that season, as well as some clutch transitions and plays. Also, gotta love the off-class play from Silentes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah, big backstabs from him. It does sound like our stage crew is ready to go again, so no need to waste time here. Let's get back to our champion sevens. Congratulations to them once again from us.
Welcome back here to the stage, and guys, this is always going to be a bittersweet moment here in my job, because sure, there's going to be some sadness on the stage, but there's going to be a lot of happiness, but it's okay. I'm allowed to sprinkle a little bit of that happiness with some money. Can I get some giant checks, please? Giant checks. Now, I'm going to give Ascent.NA their check first. Well done, guys. Well done. Again, not many people could do what you could do to get to this point of the game, and you've done an amazing LAN so far. You should not be sad about that. It's been truly one of the best LANs I've ever watched. So, again, congrats. Enjoy your money, enjoy your prize, and all right, okay. Now, you've enjoyed it enough. You can go sit back down. Excellent. Okay, go on, yes. Shoot. It's okay. You've got your money. You can go straight to the club now. Yes. Spend those $1 bills. All right, okay. It's the boys. It's the homeboys. Homeboys, I've got your home money. Let me go get it. Oh, my God, big check. We all know you don't care about the money. It's about who gets this actual check and puts it in their room after. So, £3,400 to Team 7. Well done, boys. Well done. Oh, that's the money shot right there. Literally, the money shot. Okay. Silentes. So you're my victim. You're the person I'm going to be talking to in this winner's bracket. How are you feeling? This is your first Insomnia win. This must feel incredible to you.
It does feel pretty good, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I was happy, because I always come second, but not today. It's like winning like that feels really good. Very decisive. Yeah.
All in good, timely fashion as well. Everyone can go straight to the bar after this. You're going to be very popular. You're going to be getting drinks left, right, and center. Look, the crowd love you guys for that. So, Silentes, I've always been kind of curious. I never get to ask this question. Who's actually going to get to take the giant check itself, the plastic part of it? Not the money part, but like, the bit that seems kind of cool to hang on the wall.
I jokingly asked to have it, but if I can have it, can I have it? Yes. I can have it.
Oh, what a way to ask for it. Do it in front of the crowd. Kato can't possibly say no. Oh, okay. So, anyway, okay, guys. I know that was like a very decisive win, it looks like, on the stage, 3-0, but was there any points where you were a little bit worried, maybe going into the first map, or was it like from the get-go, from before you even entered a foot on the stage, did you feel like it was in the bag?
Snake's a funny map, and the technical things kind of felt awkward, but after the first map, it was okay. I felt pretty good.
Very good, very good. And Silentes, what's it like playing on a team like Se7en? I mean, like, you've played on many teams before, and you've always just come shy of it, but now that you've actually come onto this team and you've obviously delivered and got to the final check, do you feel pretty happy about playing with this team?
Absolutely. It makes all the whining worth it, all the self-reflection. But yeah, when it all comes together, it's really good. It's really great.
Well, again, congrats, Se7en. I feel like I say that way too much, but again, congrats on taking the first place prize here at the Birmingham NEC. We're going to send it now to our world famous TF2 outro video, the one that makes everyone cry. I hope everyone's got your tissues ready, but you know, after that, do join us at the production area. We're gonna have a sick little after show as well, just hanging out there. But in the meantime, I've been TurboTabs, and from everybody at Essentials.tf and all the team, we thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
Go wandering eyes, that I seem to follow, can only stay still for some time. I've never aligned with the city's also, that makes it easier to leave behind. I just wanna get to know brighter lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering that could be the one you're missing. I just wanna get to know brighter lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering. I could be the one.
They have a spice.
Yeah, that's pretty much a fighting style.
Unless he hits. And
Go for stab, go for stab, go for stab.
He's not going to be doing much. Guy also dying. And that is what he is doing! Oh my god! He's with the revolver!
Laz is just an absolute beast.
So Raymond is doing. Raymond, what are you doing? Oh my god, he's gonna. No, Raymond, shoot it! Oh!
It's not enough to take seeds down.
Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Slender doesn't miss. For once, he doesn't miss.
Just cleans up. That's actually getting cleaned up like classic.
He's just in on second. Oh, yeah. He actually gets Connor.
Oh my god, that's huge.
He cleans up Zebo too. He's still alive. He's still going. He's still wreaking havoc.
He's spotted. They get the top. They get the top going down.
I just wanna get to know brighter lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering that could be the one you're missing. I just wanna get to know brighter lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering. I could be the one you're missing.
Break the stalemate here, but there's a grand final. Cell's going in again. Start timing.
Nice. Oh my god!
Local Area Network. It's more than just a technical term. It's where community comes together. Friends meet in person and rivalries get settled. For the Team Fortress community, Insomnia LAN is the crown jewel of our annual circuit. The Insomnia LAN has been extremely influential for TF2 players, providing the best competition we have seen and inspiring generations of players. Attendees, volunteers, players, and spectators from afar contribute towards creating memories and moments we will cherish for years to come. These LANs motivate us to stay involved and inspire those who have yet to attend. Thanks to the hard work of people who have devoted themselves to helping others find joy, the foundation has been laid for future events. My name is Eckstein, and on behalf of all the Essentials TF staff, thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you next time.